Am I up? There it is. Perfect.
Still, long story short, VTuber makes friends in VTuber space. Friends appreciate having a friend. Turns out they were never a friend. They never intended or wanted to be friends. It was never about friendship. It was always about climbing the career ladder. Said friend, let's call her Snake. Said friend sabotaged, backstabbed, and manipulated behind the scenes. When everything came out, because of the first screenshot leaking, followed by more stuff leaking, everyone got together and realized, wow, we've been fucked for the last couple of years. Interesting. Anyways, fast forward, Google Docky. Fast forward, apology without a ukulele.
Yeah.
And I kind of crashed out because how fucking dare you take zero accountability.
Yeah.
All she had to do, you want a good apology for when you fuck up. VTubers, future streamers, write this shit down. You ever need an apology for when you actually fuck up? For when you are the bad bitch? Just say, I'm fucking sorry I acted this way. My greed has caused a lot of damage. Greed that got to me from growing too fast and being too filthy rich by riding on my friends' backs. Instead of seeing how grateful I was supposed to be for it, I saw them as nothing but an asset. I've been truly blinded by how absolutely malicious, vile, and toxic I've treated them behind the scenes. Pretending to be a friend while separating business and sabotaging them. I can never repair the damage I've caused. And I see now clearly what it truly means to lose everything that you were supposed to be grateful for. I'll take some time away and hope to better myself. I'll never be able to repair what I've broken. But I can try and come forward and be a better person in hopes to have learned from this absolutely awful thing that I've done to my most closest and most supportest, loving friends that are the sole reason I have this platform to begin with. Boom. Boom. Just owe up to it. Take some accountability. Just be like, yeah, I've been a dick. Yeah, I've been a fucking ass. Yeah, I've been blinded. So blinded by my success and money. And greed for even more. The greed was unbearable. Yes, I'm terrible. Done. Of course I wouldn't fucking believe her. What the fuck? Manipulator. Fucking course not. Obviously not. But it's the only way to set things right. You can't fix them. But it's the only way to set things right. And to maybe not be a fucking laughingstock for like the next half a year.
You can fix them, but it's it's the only way to set things. You can't fix them, but it's the only way to set things right, and to maybe not make maybe not be a fucking laughingstock for like the next half a year. I think she's gonna be a laughingstock for the next half a year, especially with how she literally said Shy Lily wrote Nana's document because there was 15 ampersands in there. Also, she's wrong. It was 17 ampersands. I counted it. Shy Lily's summary of what happened is a complete lie. Then she presents how she thinks I should have apologized for things she decided I did, falsely framing me as greedy from growing too fast and being too filthy rich. This is coming from Shy Lily. Are you trying to say that she's a hypocrite right now? Because even in your own intro, you're saying, like, you're justifying how you did your lore event by saying that I had to have my chat donate to me with Twitch bits in order to advance the lore. So if you're choosing to accuse her of greed, I think that's really crazy that you are justifying a event by saying that obviously they have to spend money on me or they or the content can't keep going. That's very greedy. I feel that's a red flag. So yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah, the way she barely acknowledged her fanbase in her apology, what the fuck? She gave you guys one fucking line. She gave you one fucking line. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel bad with me. Like, what? Girl! Holy shit. Crazy. So at the very end of the docky, the Google docky, you get a little quick, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I feel, I'm sorry you feel this way. What can I say? It's simply business. Yeah. Simply business. It is what it is. Cheers!
She continues to turn my audience against me in a she continues to turn my audience against me in a string of petty insults. I'm sorry that when I was being attacked publicly from all sides by everyone, I knew the focus of what I wrote wasn't on my community. Okay.
She saw me as competition, paid it on me for asking for it by wanting a model from the same model mama, which is a bit weird when she's the one begging for partial owner and all kinds of other things that she wants from me. But hey, somehow I'm the one who's looking for trouble for wanting a new model.
I didn't see Shy Lily's competition, and Red's view was more than just going to Nano for a model. If she treated me like a friend, it wouldn't have been something he brought up to her. Again, 2 raids. It doesn't change anything. She claimed I was begging for partial ownership and all kinds of other things I wanted from her. That's wild. I feel like there's a lot of other things here that you've been saying were pretty wild. Not only did she have nothing to do with my part ownership, as if she had the power to give it to me, not once have I ever said anything about that to her, ever. All kinds of other things I wanted from her, to hang out and get to know her. I've never begged Shy Lily for anything. What a narcissistic thing to say. Well, if you want to disprove what she said, you've already shown the screenshots of everything. Just redact some stuff and show the DMs of you and Gamersteps. Show us the screenshots of you getting the partial ownership. I want to see how the communication here was laid out. So there you go. Oh boy. Why is she like? There's no point in bringing this. This doesn't
New flavor.
change
Maybe they'll just
anything for me.
rebrand Cinder's flavor into it's just business. It might still sell.
That's a good one. Anyways.
Experience. Yeah, screen show us nothing. Address nothing. Shift all the blame. And on top of that, only apologize for the shit that's public and not all the other stuff you've done. Yes. Yes. I didn't know the things that my man said and also the things I've done myself, all by myself, that you guys have receipts of, but you didn't post them, so I didn't know, I didn't apologize for them. Yes, Queen, shift the blame.
Shy Lily was the one who was expecting me to publicly take accountability for everything and anything I've ever done. Like what happened with Newie's concert, even though it was already settled privately between us. So I heavily believe in this idea. The fault of the subordinate falls with the manager. So yeah. And guess what? Manager was her Red was her subordinate. There you go.
Like, I will not deny that obviously you won't always know every single little thing. The ins and outs of every single detail and word. But be for real. To sit and pretend that your man and manager handles everything for you without you knowing a singular freaking... Be for real. Be for real. And she did a gaslight girl boss a little bit too far. Gatekeep gaslight girl boss. Like, obviously, there's gonna be situations where you might genuinely get fucked over by what someone else is doing that you didn't know. But not for years and not for so long and not in every single thing. When you yourself have receipts of doubling down and doing the same thing also in person, but that's hearsay. So, can't put it on a Google Docie, but we know better.
The apology felt more like him sorry I got caught. Also your response was absolutely awe-inspiring.
Yes.
Remind me to never get on your bad side. Shy
I mean, that
heart
quite
too.
literally, it's quite literally the go-to narcissist response of, I'm sorry I got caught. That's it. Google Docie! Google Docie! It's literally, I am sorry I got caught. Done. Like, that was it. Exactly. Oh, sorry. Oh, fuck. I was getting big. My bad.
Nice.
Yeah, like, Red is with Cinder, like, 24/7. And we've seen them share messages by going, like, here, check this out. Like, but again, like I said, this isn't proof. This is hearsay.
Oh wait, no, I haven't gone to the rest of it. Oops, too short. Sorry, my bad. Let's go back.
They only talk facts, only receipts. But obviously has more from spending so much time, travels, and vacations together. I didn't vacation with her. Oh, thank God. Just traveled with her. Business travel, you know, TwitchCons and shit.
The term it's just business is this year's.
Shy Lily says, you won't always know every single little thing in reference to me knowing about Red's messages, but the standard of knowing everything was unfairly applied to me when it mattered. Shy Lily also claimed this was going on for years when it wasn't. She says the times my friends saw us sharing messages on our phones in person prove I knew everything. Shy Lily said the documents, nanos, and bows only talk the truth. They only talk facts. Okay, so obviously, because this was brought up to me before, you can't prove you didn't know things. Well, here's something that you can do to at least bolster your stance. And she didn't do that here. She could have posted her screenshots, her DMs with Red during these time frames. Why did she never do that? Because you can be something like, oh, look, there's nothing between us in this time frame. It's blank. There you go. She didn't even bother trying doing that. Like, that would still bolster her stance. There's like a non-0% chance, well, non-0% way that it would bolster like her stance that she didn't know what's happening. I think that's really weird that she didn't post her DMs with Red. I think that's really weird. So yeah.
It's a long story. Long story short, a friend of our friend circle that has been a friend for many years turned out to never have been a friend. We were just stepping stones in her career ladder. And like, it wasn't enough to just step over us. She wanted to also just like burn the fucking ladder down that she climbed.
This is a blatant lie, and it's not true at all. I believe Shy Lily must have been the one who convinced my friends of this. I believe... Okay, so speculation.
Also crazy what happened to Silver. Crazy. The shit she sold us, the shit she said. I knew it wasn't the truth because I've heard the exact opposite story. But when she goes on and on for years, you eventually feel like that one story you've heard isn't true. You'll start to doubt the source. You're like, really? Is that... To hate someone on such a deep level that literally doesn't talk to you, doesn't hurt you, doesn't do anything to you, doesn't get in your way, minds their own business. To do that to someone that's just... They wake up and exist, brother. They wake up and exist. Yeah, heartbreaking to witness, really is. Yeah, same for Spite. Crazy.
I never said anything about Silvervale to Shy Lily. I don't know how she can claim she knew it wasn't the truth unless she heard the opposite story from Silvervale herself. Everything I told my other friends about mine and Red's experience with Silver was true, and it's all laid out in her section of this document. Both of us had no reason to lie to them about her. You'll see how I really felt about Silvervale and how our relationship played out in her section. Okay. Yeah, luckily somehow I've never known about the Spite situation completely. Okay, let's just... I want to hear from her. 22721.
Yeah, luckily, somehow, I've never known about the Spite situation. Completely oblivious, but then again, I wasn't nearly as close, didn't spend nearly as much time with her as my other friends. But that was somehow still enough to see me as a fucking threat, even though I've done nothing but platform her whenever she asked to be platformed.
The only time she's platformed me and streamed any of our collabs herself was our VCAR collab on 2/1/2025. Other than that, the few times we've done anything together, it's always been on my stream. I platformed her more than she ever did me, with her dodging the repo collab possibly so she wouldn't platform me. Well, anytime where there was a collab and stuff, from what messages you've shown me, it's literally you reaching out to her, so.
Man, why? The crazy part to me is... You're the face of VTubing. Why do you still have to quench and squelch the very friends who put you there between your toes. You've got it all. You're burning these bridges for like the last 2%, 3%? Like what? Like, do you not do any self-reflecting? Look at your fucking YouTube. Every single video is about someone. It's never... Sorry, I'm gonna just directly address her. It's never about you! And there's nothing wrong with it. Some people simply operate better when bouncing off of other personalities. But to have messages demanding recognition from people you despise and sabotage because you're bigger and better than them and got there all on your own?
Yes, my YouTube channel is made up of videos of me and my friends, but everything Shiloh said here's a lie. I wasn't burning bridges, I wasn't demanding recognition, I wasn't sabotaging anyone. Well, it seemed like to you, accordingly, you see that someone not saying your name and saying thank you during a raid isn't recognition, and that's a problem with you. I wasn't sabotaging anyone. Silvervale. From what I've seen, but I have not read her section yet, so I can't come to that conclusion. The things she's referring to here and completely mischaracterizing are from something Red said about Silvervale once in July of 2023. She's talking as if they were my own words, that it somehow applies to other people other than Silvervale, and it's relevant to my own actions almost 2 years after the fact. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it literally doesn't matter, blah blah blah. I think we are from something Red said about Silver once in July 20, and talking as if they were my own words, and that it somehow applies to other people other than Silver, and it's relevant to my own words. Okay then. Oh, so other people. At least she agrees with what Red said about Silvervale.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I must acknowledge people by their full legal government name, else I'm misbehaving, I'm being weird, I'm acting weird. I'm sorry. Thank you for gracing me with your presence in my chat today. Yarklash from Twitch.tv. Or else. I'm not gonna, she's gonna write a Google Docie about me, how I'm behaving weird because I don't address her by name. I'm a shout out stream.
Okay. Petty. Okay. 3530 to 3603.
Some shrimp.
God, I
Been
was
sub
just
for
so
20
angry.
months.
Every paragraph that was just deflecting. You know what also hit me really wrong? You know what hit me the wrong way? All of the damage she caused to specifically Spite and Silver. All of the damage she caused, all the bad mouthing, all of the sabotaging career things. All she did was, yeah, me being called these things caused me to do it. Me being manipulated by the hate caused me to do it. What about everything you caused?
Okay. Every paragraph that was just deflecting, kind of like how Shiley deflected her actions to Nano to begin with, question mark. And then after admitting to them on stream, blamed it on me, question mark. Shy Lily makes a good point here. What about everything I read caused to Silvervale and Spite? Question mark. Well, I've laid out everything that was caused to either of them at the start of this document in the accountability section. You'll see it in their own sections too. You'll also see all the things I didn't cause, but the public was told I caused. You already saw Nano canceling Silver's model in November 2023, blaming it on me. And Silvervale and Spite made plenty of their own made plenty of their own claims too that are addressed in their sections. Okay. 20, 36, 32, 20, 36, 51.
What destroyed me was Bao being said in the same group chats and I was in about her model being cancelled. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine. Didn't even have the balls to fucking say anything. You know what? Because she knew what she was doing was fucking wrong. She knew.
Wrong again, but Shy Lily seems to know a lot about having balls to say anything when she could never say anything herself. Okay. Like, in your own words, it's just business. I'm sorry, but then in true business fashion, you're gonna fuck it. I just want to hear it from her. I don't want there to be any chance for anything to be mistyped or anything, whatever. Let me just listen.
Like, in your own words, it's just business. I'm sorry, but then in true business fashion, you're gonna have to take responsibility for what happens in your business, just like everyone else. If someone truly does get fucked over, if someone truly does something behind your back, well, you can't just be like, it wasn't me, and throw your hands in the air and be like, well, too bad. Yeah, we love you, refugees. Don't even... I feel bad. You guys have the guts to feel bad. Like, it's not your fucking fault. You don't have to feel bad.
Shy Lily uses use of "it's just business" was obviously not the same as my use of the phrase. Okay.
We found out like fucking 5 days ago.
In your basement.
Collected the evidence for a day and then slept over it for a day to really... Because we realized we have career-ending fucking evidence. So we went to fucking bed. And posted it.
Charlotte again lies about the timeline of events. She found out about this 2 weeks ago, not 5 days ago. We found out like 5 days ago. Shy Lily again lies about the time of event. She found out about this 2 weeks ago. The when was the document posted? My work with Sinder. If she posted this document, let's see, April 25th, and she knew 2 weeks ago. Let's go back to the calendar. April 25th. If she knew and it was posted 1 and 2, according to Cinder, if she knew about it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means that she learned about it on the 20th, according to Shy Lily, and according to Cinder, she would have known 2 weeks ago, so it would be on the 11th. I feel like that would contradict this point about Shy Lily never reaching out to her, because Cinder reached out to her after Shy Lily found out, and she probably didn't want to talk with Cinder because of what she found out. I feel like that would make sense for that to happen. But then again, if Shy Lily had it out for Cinder from the very fucking beginning, I think that's really odd for Shy Lily to be like, I have a gut feeling about her. I'm gonna end this bitch's career. I'm gonna shotgun it after she accidentally leaked anime girl card box info, and it just so happens that it's obviously not her fault. So yeah, I think that's a really wild conclusion to make about Shy Lily's intent here. And also this doesn't really mean anything to me here, if like they all knew what she was doing even prior to her trying to reach out and them not responding because they're trying to find out shit and they didn't. Everything that she was saying was kind of weird. Shy Lily again lies about the time of events. 2042, 32, 2043, 28.
I have a friend who thinks there's not enough evidence, but I've been in Bao's position too many times.
What?
I can't turn away.
You know what? again, I'm not even upset at your friend because he probably sees this. And just like the people before, he is just being successfully manipulated. I wanna be mad and be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? My chances are your friend's probably just some very naive young guy or girl and goes, I don't think that's enough. And I'm like, well, I give it like a few more years. Go see the real world and you will see the absolute audacity, narcissistic manipulation in all of this. If you don't see anything wrong with screw to the proof of someone sabotaging the friends that platform them, I don't know, man. A little
Shy Lily told the viewer that their friend was naive for asking for more evidence of the claims made against me. It's really funny that Shy Lily said to give it a few more years before they'd see the absolute audacity, narcissistic manipulation in all of this, because it only took 5 months to make the narcissistic manipulation abundantly clear. Well, it could have been shorter than that, because I feel like all you did was just like repost all the days and stuff. I don't know. I also think it's weird that it took her 5 months to do this. Throughout her whole stream, trashing me, Shy Lily avoided accountability, gave excuses, deflected, and made jokes out of the things she was doing while simultaneously admitting to everything she claimed was slander and manipulation that turned Nano against me in the first place. Shy Lily didn't care about the lies she was telling about me on stream. She won and celebrated my cancellation. She couldn't help but take a victory lap around my corpse. This sounds like light you got me. This is crazy. It says a lot about her narcissistic character. Accountability only mattered to her when it's the only other... When it only mattered to her when it's the other way around. I should have known better than to expect the Shy Lily to hold herself to the same standards as she did Snake. Shy Lily is the only... Oh my god. Shy Lily is the only one who is involved that has a highlight video of her stream talking about me on her main YouTube channel. She was more than happy to profit off of this and broadcast her lies about me to her 1 million subscribers. Oh my god. Guys, I'm the little guy here. I am the little one. Please. This is a fucking red flag. This is a red flag. When someone says, I'm the little guy here, and brings up fucking people's, like, clout, that's a red flag. I don't care. That is a red flag. Holy shit. This is crazy. What did Shy Lily have against me in the first place? Oh, okay. Remember, this is speculation. The reason why I find the speculation more alarming than anything else is because this gives me a peek into how Sinder views the world. This is why I'm noting down speculation the most. Shy Lily lied about me on her stream, lied about me in her reply, lied about me to my friends, and lied to Nano at the very start. The actions she said were slander, she admitted to on stream. Clearly, Shy Lily had something against me before Red ever talked to Nano about her, according to her as early as 3/21/2025, when she dodged the repo collab. So what was her problem? Oh, okay, the one person that is the reason for me dodging is the one concerned as to why I'm dodging. Let's look at some of the things she said on her stream again. You don't have to... I'm not going to go straight. I'm not going to open up each individual one here. You don't have to give me biddies and shmoney to make me feel better. We're not like that in here. I'm sorry, but like copying, okay. Oh, coping? Okay, coping. God, that, oh, when she said that and when she tried to bring me onto, okay, I know when she said that and she tried to make this thing with me and we were doing a collab and she was just like, oh, the Charizard and Blastoise of V-Card thing, doing the gags. Oh, like, how dare you sit there and pretend to be some box legendary, something that you didn't create. Disgusting. Trust me, we all cringe, but people sometimes get excited and they do cringe-worthy stuff. You burned your Cinder merch? Honestly, if I can't encourage you, you paid for it. You do what the fuck you want. But if I can encourage you to do something, donate it. Okay, but again, you do what you want to do. If that's how you cope with this, that's also okay. But two things, not to defend anything of what she's done, but you're just a viewer. You don't have to atone for someone's sins and feel bad about the good times they've had, whether they were fake or not, doesn't matter. You had a good time, those are your memories to keep, you know. But on top of that, again, if you cope by burning your merch, I ain't judging. You cope the way you want to cope. I cope through memes and make fun of things. That also isn't fucking perfect, but if you have it in you and you can cope with it, try and donate everything you've got. Any shirt, sweater, figurine, plush, whatever the fuck it is, just donate it. So anyways, yes, I am guilty of dodging a collab because I simply didn't fucking feel like it. And yes, I'm guilty of ghosting 2 messages where she asked for a collab, which, by the way, she also only does when there is something business related. AFK drop, VCard debut, any event, any debut, any announcement, any merch, then I'm important, then we can work, then we can network. That very same friend that spent months of prep, hard work, and effort, and received a million empty promises just because a couple days before that she wanted to reschedule a VCard collab to, you know, make a nice big boom as a collab and sell a bunch of boxes to make some bag. Yeah, imagine for a fucking collab. Could have had the collab any other day too. Oh, let me just platform that very same person that tried to deplatform me and all my friends that helped her get there to begin with. Let me just continue to platform that one person that tried to backstab us when begging to be in our positions. Fuck no. Throwing me and gamer subs under the bus to save her ass. Fuck no. All the pressure I feel. What pressure? The pressure you begged for, the pressure you told them you wanted to have, the responsibility you asked for, where you wanted to be alongside me. Fuck no. What pressure? Hell no. Fuck off, my dick, bro. All she had to do, you want a good apology for when you fuck up. VTubers, future streamers, write this shit down. You ever need an apology for when you actually fuck up? For when you are the bad bitch, just say, I'm fucking sorry. I acted this way. My greed has caused a lot of damage. Greed that got to me from growing too fast and being too filthy rich by riding on my friends' backs. Instead of seeing how grateful I was supposed to be for it. I saw them as nothing but an asset. I've been truly blind by how absolutely malicious, violent, toxic I've treated them behind the scenes, pretending to be a friend while separating businesses and sabotaging them. I can never repair the damage I've caused, and I see now clearly what it truly means to lose everything that you were supposed to be grateful for. I'll take some time away and hope to better myself. I'll never be able to repair what I've broken, but I can try and come forward and be a better person. Hopes to have learned from this absolutely awful thing that I've done to my most closest and most supportive, loving friends that are the sole reason I have this platform to begin with. Boom, just own up to it. Take some accountability. Just be like, yeah, I've been a dick. Yeah, I've been a fucking ass. Yeah, I've been blinded, so blinded by my success and money and greed for even more. The greed was unbearable. Yes, I'm terrible. Done. Of course, I wouldn't fucking believe her. What the fuck, manipulator? Fucking of course not. Obviously not, but it's the only way to set things right. You can't fix them, but it's the only way to set things right and to maybe not be a fucking laughingstock for like the next half a year. She saw me as competition, painted it on me for asking for it by wanting a model from the same model mama, which is a bit weird when she's the one begging for a partial owner and all kinds of other things that she wants from me. But hey, somehow I'm the one who's looking for trouble for wanting a new model. Shy Lily viewed me as a very greedy person and that all of my actions were due to my alleged greed. She encouraged viewers to donate any and all of my merch, but didn't dissuade them from burning it either. And Shy Lily also wants to make it seem like I begged to be in her position at GamerSupps as a part owner, even begging her for it, as if I was jealous of her, not because I actually earned it like she did. And she seemed to have a very emotional outburst when talking about me, calling myself the Charizard of VCard. Why do you even have to point this out? Oh my god. Okay. This is just pointless. I find that very funny. Not that she'd know this, but for my debut anniversary on 6/25/2025, I was supposed to be releasing a limited edition Tub of Pyro Power with a promo V card, both with art drawn by Nanolis. Red and I fought with the GamerSupps to make my promo card the same card across all purchases instead of having a 1 in 10 chance of getting the holographic one. It could have made so much more money if people needed to buy a bunch of tubs to get the right card, but it wasn't about the money to me or Red. Why are you bringing this up? Like, this is a terrible thing to bring up. People are going to view this as... So, just so people know, I'm also viewing this as, like, from an optics perspective, from like giving out an apology. I feel like you shouldn't even brought this up. You just added more fuel to the fire, to the potential fire. This is a terrible thing to bring up. We didn't have a problem making the promo cards all 9. The reasoning makes complete. Also, why the... She's... Okay, she's posting DMs with red now. Like, she's only posting DMs with red to make herself look better. Why didn't she post DMs with red before, during all the other, like, times where things happened? We didn't have a problem making the promo cards all 9. The reasoning makes complete sense. Keep the 10 cards in the set, the most valuable. Our thought behind making all the promo cards hollow is that, at least with the way we're doing it, it's a $40 buy in with Pyro Power with only 1 card per order. The goal behind enticing people with the promo card this way is to get people to have Pyro Power and become repeat buyers, not so the shiny cards can retain value on eBay. We'd rather have every customer be satisfied with a special shiny card than have 9 out of 10 of them be disappointed they didn't get the right card, especially if they don't like or have never had Pyro Power in the first place. If you're saying it'd be fine to make them all non-hollow, then what's the big deal if we make them all hollow instead? There'd only be a difference in the card's value if there was both, not one or the other. Our goal should be that no one's complaining about a free promo. Yeah, I just want everyone to be satisfied with a card, even if they're not a huge fan of the flavor. Having them all 9 hollows is what I would want to do. Having them all 9 hollows is what I would want to do. A 1 out of 10 system doesn't feel fair when my fans are having to spend $40 for only a chance at the best version of the card. The VTA promo card was free, so having that as a gacha system was understandable. And the 1 out of 10 Pyro Power label gacha system is just a bonus because people are still buying it for the drink itself. If I were to spend that much money on a drink I didn't enjoy just for the card, I'd at least want to be satisfied with my purchase knowing what I'm getting. It's a promo card, not a chase card. We can make the next promo bigger and better by just having it be a new card. This card will be limited, just like every drop we do, and it'll still be special because you had to get it within this promotion. We can make the next promo bigger and better by just having it be a new card. This card will be limited, just like every drop we do, and it'll still be special because you had to get it within this promo. The next promo card will be the same no matter what product we tie it with. My very first cup didn't have a special gacha version, and it's still highly sought after because it was a limited time item a lot of people missed out on. I specifically want to keep these cards to 1 per order because if people can buy in bulk, then incentivizes scalpers to buy them all and resell them for crazy prices, and that's not fair to my own fans or the GamerSubs community. The more consumer friendly the card bonus is, the more people will try Pyro Power who never would otherwise and potentially become repeat customers not only for my products but the entire brand. There's like different ways to interpret this, and both are going to be good and bad, because one, people, like, when you start talking about your community as repeat customers and buyers, that doesn't look good. Also, another red flag that I have with this is the fact that she's shown like full on day conversations between between Nanolus and Red, but she's not showing the full day conversation here, and she's even like blurred stuff out. That's probably something important there, something that's under NDA, but I still find it very bad when earlier in your document you're posting full on days and now all of a sudden you're not doing that. But let's look at more evidence of this besides what she said on her stream. The first message of mine shallily ghosted was about another V-Card collab when the rules were updated. Do you want to play the V-Card sim together sometime soon? I missed you during the repo collab last week. I hope you're doing well, Lily. The very next day on her stream for 3/21/9/2025, Shelly Lily received a TTS message about my then upcoming AFK flavor. The first thing she said that she had nothing to do with my part ownership. Like, this is kind of crazy that you listen to her. Like, this is don't get me wrong. Like, I'm feeling stalker vibes here because she's literally like watching her stream, and now she's like, there was a TTS message. This is what was said.
Oh. Oh, her. Oh, because she is co-owner. That has nothing to do with me, bro. I don't have a saying in that. That shit has nothing to do with me. Don't look at me, bro. It's got nothing to do with me. That's gamer subs. And leave me out of that shit. Kohai is the invoice of senpai. Ah. Bro, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't fucking stare at me. Those are all
Just
gamer subs' decision.
my free card starter box and my
Okay. She then says GamerSubs has been begging her to make a new flavor. She goes into an almost 10-minute rant about how she's not all about money, but that she has a bunch of things lined up and she could release whenever she wants, but she's not like that. Pretty blatantly in contrast to the TTS message about me. Okay.
How can you let your gamer subs owner Kohai beat you to having a second flavor Shalmao Shalmao?
My gamer subs owner Kohai? What does that mean? What does Kohai mean? Words? Cinder? Does she have a flavor? I mean, good? Kohai is junior in Japanese? Oh, her. Oh, because she is co-owner. That has nothing to do with me, bro. I don't have a saying in that. That shit has nothing to do with me. Don't look at me, bro. It's got nothing to do with me. That's gamer subs. And leave me out of that shit. Kohai is the invoice of senpai. Ah. Bro, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't fucking stare at me. Those are all
Just
gamer subs'
claimed my free
decision.
card starter box and might have taken advantage of the free shipping to get some additional stuff
Hey
with
yeah.
code or
Hey,
shiny
hey,
heart.
hey. I was gonna say hey yeah and hell yeah, and what came out was hell yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I got two words mashed together. Don't blame me, bro. Gamer Subs has been begging me for a new flavor. I keep telling them Blow Blast is doing just fine. I don't want a new flavor, bro. I don't need to always capitalize on the next best thing the second I got money rolling in, bro. I don't know, man. Like, no offense to people doing it, but I ain't on that kind of grind, bro. Blowhole Blast is doing well. I'm not looking for the next best fucking thing to capitalize right away. It ain't all about that fucking money. It ain't all about them bands, chat. Like, Game on Subs has literally been begging me for like a year and a half now to make a new flavor. And I was like, no. I don't want to. Chat, not everything is about them bands. If people need to get that shmoola, they can get that shmoola. But for me, it ain't about that shmoola. I live in the luxury of not caring about the shmoola. I live a humble life. My upbringing has humbled me a lot. I got the money to get a new PC next week.
Game subs, coffee beans or grounds. We will be printing money Scarface style.
It ain't about them fucking bands, bro. Everything is about competing for bands. I know I do well. There's a reason they've been begging me to be on new products pretty much every other week. Yeah, and we're saving for a house. But I don't mean that we have to rush it, and I have the luxury of having a good view count. Okay? So if you guys wanna support me, just come watch my stream. Even if maybe you're not super excited about what I'm doing that day. If you want to support me, just come watch my stream. Because view count equals sponsors. Sponsors equal shmoney. We don't need to release something new and capitalize on the next big best thing, next fucking hype, next fucking whatever, and drain your fucking wallets dry. I ain't about that fucking money, bro. It's not me. It's not. I like doing merch, and I explained that the reason I like to do merch is because I like to create fun things. I do lots of merch that I know won't do well money-wise. No schmoola. But it's just... How do I put this? I'm trying to explain without fucking crying, because this topic always gets me emotional, so I'm trying to, how do I explain this? It's...
God damn it. Wait, why is it muted? Why is there no sound? When did she start talk? Oh, God. I'm gonna read all the way through this. I'm gonna watch it. All of it. There's no way I'm not gonna miss out on anything. Like, there's still nothing happening. She hasn't explained her point yet. This is muted. I can't... I don't...
That's just...
Oh. There we go.
That's just... You know.
I ain't reading all that, but we love you too. No, I did read it. Really. We appreciate you, really.
How much of this was muted?
Yeah, it's not about how fast I push stuff out. I literally have I have currently, with just gamer subs, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm gonna watch a little bit more than this, than what was provided, sadly, because one, what she gave me, there was a huge section that was just muted. I want to see if there's more context.
8. I have 8 things. You can't see my other. I have 8 drops ready to go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, 8. And that's just gamer subs. I could release something. I could release merch twice a month and just make a bunch of money. Just make a moolah. But, you know, it's not about... To me, it's important that I make more money just pushing everything as quickly as possible even if not everyone can afford it at a time. There will always be enough people that are happy to jump onto it. But it's more important for me to make sure that I capitalize more on the satisfaction of the community when it comes to merchandise. I just wanna be sure that no one has to pass on stuff that they really like or miss out on stuff and then feel bad, and I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm gonna watch it for another 1 minute.
Second, thank you for 20 gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's more about like you make more money even though each how do I explain this?
I can't wait till my keychain shows up, because then my merch won't just be at home. I'll be able to bring my favorite streamer with me everywhere. Shy Heart 2.
Hell yeah! That's me with honey turtles. My little crunchy snack is on my handbag every day. She's on my little handbag. I love her. And she always comes with me everywhere I go. And I still have my Christmas tree up from like 2 years ago. Cause it was just, I couldn't bring myself to take it off. It's just, I had this like little Christmas tree where I put all my friends in. It's just like a bunch of keychains and plushies and like small little trinkets and tokens, acrylics in the Christmas tree. You know, instead of having like Christmas balls, you know what they call like the little.
I guess she's trying to say that she's just like her when it comes down to greed, but one big red flag was that a good portion of this was muted, I'd say. So I couldn't hear what she was saying. So red flag there. She then says Gamers Hubs has been begging her to make a new flavor. She goes into an almost 10-minute rant about how she's not all about money. Good portion of that was muted. But that she has a bunch of things lined up she could release whenever she wants, but she's not like that. Pretty blatantly in contrast to the TTS message about me. Okay. Yeah, and she said like she'd rather release things on a delay. Dark Viper AU is a lolcow. Oh god, don't mention Dark Viper AU. Oh, please, don't tell, please. No, not that guy. Don't mention him. I remember, oh fuck. You're gonna get me on an entirely different rant. Do you remember Dark Viper AU during during React Gate? With, XQC reached out to him, and then he was just like, I will gladly reply to have this debate with him. And it was like a 10-page response. I'm like, dude, are you autistic? Oh god. I love this man. I love Dark Viper so much. He's so great. Oh. Yeah. This was so, yeah. This is like, I feel, actually now that I think about it, like, is this like Dark Viper AU but for VTubers now? For like lolcow like responses? This was well before I'd ever talked to Nan about Lillian 412 on her stream for he compared reaction channels to sex offenders in a meticulously 14-page document. That is, oh yeah, he compared it to like, I remember that. I heard like the gist of it. Oh my god. Dude, that was, that's awesome. So far, Right now, this has been pretty awesome too. Going through this. Fucking, I got sidetracked by arguing with people about this document for 3 hours yesterday. Mainly, it's just like I couldn't even finish the document, so I'm just like I'm like arguing off of like an incomplete view of everything. So it's just like I'm trying to get through this stuff with like the least amount of arguing because I want to actually form my opinion right now too. But I want to show people that I went through everything. Hold on 1 second. Be right back. Need a bathroom break. Also shocks his dog, I guess. I don't really know. Yeah, I know. I saw that. That was I thought it was kind of it was pretty obvious, but I also felt like it was just like I'm like, dude, like you should have just taken off the collar and just showed everyone. But like it was just like 12 hours later he shows like a another collar, but then there's like electrical tape on the bottom if you increase the brightness of it to just like block it from anyone being able to see the bottom. So I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay, he probably did. Also, the fact that like I do kind of find it really it also kind of just looks. That's why I kind of didn't really want to bother with it, is because it was kind of just depressing. Because like if you just look at his dog, I'm like, damn, he's just laying there for like hours. I feel like he would be happier if he was outside going around and stuff, but he's just stuck in that one spot. So I didn't really want to bother like covering that. I find this to be a lot more interesting. Also, see, look at look at this fat cat. Look at him. Look at that. You stole my bag. You stole my girlfriend's spot on the beanbag. Okay. Let's see. Let's get back to this document here. On her stream 4/29/2025, a day after talking about my cancellation, Shy Lily told her audience she highly suggests that the right thing for me to do is to give up my gamer subs part ownership. 39/26 to 45/14.
Okay, so this is pure speculation, okay? Like, speculation.
Nice.
Pure speculation. This hasn't happened yet, and I am not in a position to talk to gamer subs about it to begin with either, right? Pure speculation. I highly doubt they would remove a flavor fully. I don't even think they would remove her who shall not be named fully to begin with. As a... I'm not sure how much business knowledge any of you guys have, but any amount of partial ownership makes it difficult to just force someone to step down. They can step down willingly, which I highly suggest she does. If she has
which one of these, in which one of the, is this the VTuber version of iDubbbz? In which one of these VTubers learn empathy? No. This is the this is the VTuber version of Know You, and Dark Viper AU schizo levels of autism. So what is it? To simply put, the meme on my right, on the left side of the screen, the one chick there is saying that this chick here had a bad gut feeling about her, despite her saying that in life you shouldn't be dictating your behavior based on a gut feeling. And the fact that she's mad, this chick is mad at her for leaking wrong anime girl card box price and launch time, and like maybe like 2 other very small things. And now this chick wanted to shotgun her entire career out of existence. And the thing is, though, in the DMs, she literally said, oh, they gave you information that was confidential. It's on them. So right now, this chick wanted to shotgun the other person's career for leaking information once. So yeah. And oh yeah, and she wrote, and the one chick, the red fire chick, is claiming that this chick wrote the entire nuke, the original nuke on her, because she wrote 15 ampersands in her response to the apology that the red chick gave. So 15 ampersands. So yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So right now, I'm kind of trying to see, I'm trying to evaluate this girl's like worldview, because I already disagree with her on the root cause of this chick going after her. So everything she's saying right now, I don't care, because I disagree with the root cause of everything, because this is stupid. And also the fact that this chick didn't say, thank you, thank you for the raid. So she came to the conclusion that this chick had a problem with her because of that too, and it only happened twice. And that she wasn't being a true friend by not doing that. So yeah. So, but also don't worry. You don't have to stay here for the entire thing for this. I doubt you will. I'm going to be making probably a summary video of my thoughts, and I'm probably going to make a more coherent version of all of this in a video. I'm mainly just live streaming and recording myself do this to prove to people that I went through the entire thing, because this is 1,000 pages, by the way, of schizo rambling and threads. Okay, so where was I at? 40 to 45:14.
Any ounce of guilt, regret, and anything, you know, she would do it herself to protect the others, to truly show that she cares about the others that have to forcefully associate with her, alongside her, despite the damages she has caused in their careers. Not just morally and emotionally, but also financially. Like, you know, debuts can be expensive, okay? Imagine if someone fucked me over during my debut of my 2.0. Imagine if mid-progress, when everything is running in the works, someone would have sabotaged it. I would probably be like 30-40 grand in debt. I have only half a model. All the graphics are done. The stingers, the animations, the lore, the voice acting, everything. and you can't use it. Because everything is made to
True.
complement a model. Everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Camden Gerard Davis is somewhere out there. He's doing some crazy
fucking
shit.
over your model mid-progress. Unacceptable. So you're saying 2.0 cost 30 to 40k? Mine, yes, absolutely. I think it was over 40k. The model alone was nearing 20k. The lore video alone was nearing a lot of thousands of dollars. Animations, voice acting, stingers, graphics, everything has to be paid. Like what? Of course. Imagine if during all of this, like he would have been like, sorry, but I can't. And obviously I wouldn't blame her. If she gives me a good reason, I'll be like, oh no, that sucks, but damn. You know? That's a lot of damage to cause someone, and she didn't do that to just one person. I respect the guy who said 20 grand per boob. And now I kind of don't remember where we wanted to go with this anymore. Oh, right. Gamer subs. If I had to guess where this is going, I think Gamer subs is kind of forced to wait for her to return. I am pretty sure she has kind of I am certain and or hope that she is currently far from the interwebs. So currently there isn't really anything you can do. But if I had to speculate on a few options that could happen is she comes...
Oh yeah, by the way, just letting you know too, I think this is very funny. That chick in the bottom and the other side of the screen from me, in her intro, she said she got a dog and she started going to the gym, by the way. She didn't prove that she has a dog, by the way, as well. She just said it in the text. I'm like, God damn it, you need to give me a screenshot of this fucking dog. You need to prove this.
That surrenders her shares and sells them at a fair market value. So she can protect the people who no longer wish to be associated alongside a brand that supports her, that she has once been the face of. Sounds unlikely. Well, I don't want to speculate what she would and wouldn't do. Of course I have my opinions, but I am talking purely unbiased opinions. Either she does this not only as a sign to show that she can and is bettering herself, and she is making decisions to start undoing some of the hurt by distancing herself from the ones she has hurt, so they no longer have to associate alongside with her forcefully. Or she does the opposite and we'll see. I don't know. And or she simply remains just an affiliate of the brand. Not a bigger name. Not in anything. She's just part of the... Oh my goodness. Edits, thank you. She's just part of the affiliation. You know?
I want to make this clear. I reached my decision to give up my part ownership myself, and Charlie had nothing to do with my choice. Okay. But Charlie said this as if I needed to repent for the lies and others told about me. Gamer subs had nothing to do with anything that had happened, but that didn't stop Charlie from telling her viewers it was what she wanted me to do. She said at the very beginning it was speculation. If Charlie really cared about the impact my part ownership would have on gamer subs, she would have considered handling things privately with me instead of being driven instead of being the driving force in making all of these lies public, losing the company hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's no proof that had happened. She probably knew all of this controversy about me could be a way to push me out of the company, all while keeping her own hands clean. It wouldn't look good for Shy Lily to go after the other Gamer Subs owner after all. This is speculation. And 2 days after that stream on 5/1/2025, Shy Lily couldn't help herself and made an announcement in the VCard production server where the savvy VTubers and artists developed the game, notifying everyone she chose to involve the other 70 people in this server in what happened personally. I don't have a screenshot of the Discord notification or the full message because it was deleted shortly after it was made. However, I made a screenshot of my notification history from that day when it happened, showing a part of what she said. This is some autistic level shit right here. What the fuck? You're like, would you ever take a sponsor from Gamer Subs at all? Who sincerely even buys Gamer Subs at all? If I try it and I like it, I would. But I've never tried it. So, but there is one influencer product I will advocate for that I've tried and really liked, and I actually want to get more. Sour Boys. If you ever heard of that one. That one's actually really good. That is unironically really good. It's not some Costco rebrand or anything. I tried it for myself. I think it was like the blue raspberry dragon fruit one. Really fucking good. But yeah. And like I think the only other like gamer related product I tried was Gamer Fuel. Dude, that shit tasted, it was in a can. It tasted like fucking Flintstone, like hard vitamins, like grinded together and shoved into like carbonated water and syrup. It was so nasty. Oh yeah, and if any influencer says that they're promoting a healthy snack or treat that tastes good, they're wrong. Hey, at Twitch partner front page application or no, want to be featured on Twitch's front page application. Oh wow, that's cool. So you can apply to be on the front page. That's crazy. Didn't know that. Hey crew, I know it's been a terrible week. I hope you're all holding up. I'm not good with words and drama and emotions and all that business, but just want to say I feel sorry for you guys dealing with stuff that is none of... Okay, so... Okay. This doesn't really mean anything to me because it's not the full thing. I feel sorry for you guys dealing with stuff that is none of your business or concern, question mark? I don't know what it says, but maybe it does. Fuck you. Don't ask me questions. Don't make me miss it. Like, I hate this document so much because it literally asks questions so that there's misinterpretation. This is bad. If Shy Lily wasn't trying to get everyone in this server involved, then no one would have to be dealing with this stuff, like she said. Like, maybe people were getting hate and because they're because of the association and stuff. Like why aren't you sticking out your neck for Cinder? I don't care. Like, this isn't the full message. This doesn't mean anything to me. This doesn't count. Negated. Counterspelled. Here is proof of the date of this screenshot. Okay, this doesn't mean anything to me. At some point, she even took the time to go back and delete her reply to my part ownership announcement. This post was deleted by the post author. Is there a screenshot of is there a screenshot of prior to the reply before it was deleted? Because you can literally just... Okay, I think so, since this is a reply saying water and fire, but okay. I don't see how this relates at all. Not only did she admit to always having a bad feeling about me, but I believe Shy Lily had a problem with me because of my performance in gamer stuff. Okay. I was now a part owner, a title she exclusively held as a VTuber before me. Something unique to her. I would always be planning and launching things with Gamer Subs. Something she was unwilling to do, like she said on her stream from 3/29/2025. She viewed that as a cash grab, as greedy, but I don't think just being a part owner was the problem. I think, most importantly, she didn't like how enthusiastic I was about VCard and the role I was carving out for myself in it. Not only did I mistakenly give out information early when vcard launched, like I showed in that section, but mine became the most sought after card in her game. Holy based, Batman. This is crazy. Oh my god. I remember that time Destiny got cooked by Discount Ezra Miller, and I won't even be surprised if Destiny was on the Epstein files at this point. Oh yeah. Pretty much. Oh fuck. I don't know. I'm waiting until the end of that lawsuit to look at that stuff. Because he keeps I know that he keeps publicly talking about it, but I'm just like, dude, I can't really trust you posting this, like posting out snippets and shit. I'm just gonna wait until the full thing release to make even a point. The thing is though, is that I'm pretty sure he's literally, I'm thinking here is that he's playing around with legal definitions and getting away with pretty much just saying legally under the legal definition of fucking, what is it, legal definition of revenge porn, that like this and this. But I'm just like, dude, at the end of the day, you still spread stuff without them knowing. Like, come on. So yeah. Anyways, this is some high level crazy shit. These are crazy vibes here. Like every single time when she made this document, she should have just deleted every single section labeled speculation, because this gives me crazy vibes. I was like, not only did I mistakenly give out information early when vcard launched, like I showed in that section, but mine became the most sought after card in her game. This is an insane thing to say. You need to prove this point. Like you also need to prove this. Okay, so let me see. What does she need to prove that she didn't prove? Not only did she admit to always having a bad feeling about me, but I believe she literally had a problem with me because of my performance in gamer subs. You need to prove that. I was now a part owner, a title she exclusively held as a VTuber before me. Something unique to her. I would always be planning and launching things with gamer subs. Something she was unwilling to do, like she said on her stream from 3/29/2025. That's because her her reasoning was, I want my fans to be able to have enough money to buy everything, so then I would release everything at a delay. So fucking take whatever you want. Like, take whatever message you want from this stream. I don't care. Whenever you talk about money and people as buyers, it rubs people the wrong way, and it kind of rubs me the wrong way. So sure, whatever. She viewed that as a cash grab and greedy, but I don't think just being a part owner was the problem. Okay, so this doesn't... Okay, so she threw this away. This doesn't mean anything but I just don't think being a part owner was the problem. Okay, so this doesn't matter. Okay, I think most importantly, she didn't like how enthusiastic I was about vcard and the role I was carving out for myself in it. You need to prove this. Not only did I mistakenly give out information early when vcard launched, that was only once, and she literally forgave you, I think the day of, or the day after. Like I showed in that section, but mine became the most sought after card in her game. Jealous. You need to prove this, all right? Oh, I like this. Wait a second. The Charizard of vcard. This is an entire section. Why did this whole point? You're gonna dedicate an entire section to her making fun of you for this one statement. The Charizard of vcard. Oh, I want to watch the original statement here, because this was funny, and I can't believe she's going in on this. She dedicated an entire section to this.
I still find it funny that she called herself the Charizard if V card. Girl forgot Lily wasn't a Goldeen, she is a fucking Kyogre. There is no competition.
God, that... Oh, when she said that, and when she tried to bring me onto... Okay, I know... When she sat there and she tried to make this thing with me, and we were doing a collab, and she was just like, oh, haha, the Charizard on Blastoise V-Card doing the... Oh, like... How dare you sit there and pretend to be some Boggs legendary of something that you didn't create? Oh, disgusting. Trust me, we all cringed, but people sometimes get excited and they do cringe-worthy stuff. No reason to blow a fucking friendship over it or put them in spot or cancel them. It's just like, girl, that's cringe, moving on, you know?
I can't believe she dedicated an entire section to this. 1 second. I'm gonna walk away for a second and then just come right back. I need some air here. Look at him. All right. I called myself the Charizard to advertise. Sorry. I called myself the Charizard to advertise myself in the game and advertise the cards themselves. Everyone knows Pokemon and everyone knows Charizard. V-Card's first set of cards was like Pokemon's base set. I compared myself and Shy Lily to the Charizard and Blastoise of the VTuber card game because we were the two VTuber part owners of GamerSupps, like Pokemon Red and Blue. Calling myself this wasn't to try to steal her thunder in her game or take credit for it in any way. I may have called her Blastoise, but she's literally the Pikachu of V-Card. Okay, let's keep going. Shy Lily didn't like me calling myself the Charizard. She didn't like the prominence it gave me in her game, but GamerSupps did. This is from one of my GamerSupps contacts last December. We'll call them GamerSupps number 1. I figured I would keep this here, just so it helps keep conversations in different places for different things. Here is our release schedule for V-Card. All water element creators and mascots. VTuber Awards launch day announcement. All grass element creators and mascots. All fire element creators and mascots. All electric element creators and mascots. All platinum element creators and mascots. All support cards. Launch day video. Today, in about 15 minutes, the water element video will go out. I'll link it right after this. That's it, nothing much more than that. Fire is on 12/26, so that's when everyone will officially get to see the Charizard. The Pokemon community are a bunch of consumers nowadays and a bunch of scalpers who like wretched labubus. Pretty much fucking... I stopped caring about Pokemon, I think, until Gen 5. I think. Yeah, it was like black and white. Yeah. That's when I didn't care. I felt like they were just rehashing the same shit. Things became more like, yeah. Like Gen 5 is like my last Pokemon. I don't care about Pokemon after that. The only other cool thing is on this Saturday, the 14th, for VTuber Awards. We are doing a VTuber Awards promo card. Also on the 14th, some very basic V-Card merch will be sold on GamerSup's website. There's already an order being placed for you. It's very limited quantity and is just V-Card branded. So realistically, not much info here, just wanted to keep everyone updated. This is from another person at GamerSup's, GS number 2, a few days before V-Card launched on January 31st, 2025. Hello, Cinder. I've come with 2 announcements. Dropping 129 at 3 p.m. EST is our new AFK Plus sleep support line plus melatonin. AFK Plus melatonin is only available in US banana berry bedtime flavor. Our collaboration with Silvervale. It is also dropping in our standard AFK formula as well. Red flag. Oh no, red card, Silvervale. V-Card Rising Stars is launching January 31st at 3 p.m. EST. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about it. V-Card TCG isn't just a trading card game. It's an exciting collectible universe that brings VTuber and creator culture to life like never before, with stunning artwork, chase-worthy rarities, and a deep commitment to championing real artists. V-Card is redefining what it means to collect. Rising Stars is where it all begins, featuring a variety of art styles, ultra-limited prints, and the elusive one-of-one signature god rares. Every pack is an experience, every pull is a moment. Really amazing how this massive project all came together, and what an honor to have you be a part of the V-Card. Can't wait to see everyone ripping packs in the search for the Charizard card of the set. Another message from GamerSup's number 1 over a month after V-Card launched. Hey guys, I just wanted to check and ask if there are any rules or restrictions to signing V-Cards. For example, are we unable to use a gold marker since the god rares have gold signatures? Just want to make sure before I go to any cons. Another question, has there been further discussion on if blank will become one in the future? I would not think so. Whatever would look best on the card. I am sure we would want it to look cool after the signing, as community is going to be hype to get it signed. Also, I don't know if you ever look at eBay, but you have become the V-Card Charizard for sure. Like, it's going crazy. And here's a message from another person at GamerSup's number 13. Cinder signed our card first edition box, topped V-Card Rising Stars pre-owned. Whenever I hear Pokemon cards, I will always think of degenerate scalpers fighting each other for the latest Pikachu and Charizard cards. Same. Like, it's just, alright. It's people just gambling now and just fighting. Like, also, like, okay, like, this doesn't change anything for me. Like, you just showed how, like, schizo you are about, like, how butthurt you were when she talk shit, like, made fun of you for calling yourself Charizard. Like, why do you shouldn't care about this. This is dumb. Set 2, Awakened Worlds. Out of the very few VTubers not returning in Set 2 of V-Card, I was one of them. However, that wasn't supposed to be the case. My 3 cards for Set 2 were completed before I was cancelled, and I was going to be a water type. I was told weeks after my cancellation that I had been removed from the lineup. Here's a cropped version of one of my cards artwork that went unused. I may be wrong about this, but after I was cancelled and removed, another VTuber who I didn't remember being part of the set was able to be added and presumably fill my vacant water card slot. I may be wrong about this. Why did you add this? You should remove this. This shouldn't even be part of this doc. Also, why did you only provide a cropped version? Why is there only a cropped version of this? Why was this cropped? Whatever. The claims about Numi's concert and her stream on 4/28/2025. Like I said in the section about this, I was expected to talk about this in my apology when it was never mentioned in Nano's or Bao's documents. But because why would it have been? I don't know, you tell me. It was about Numi, who is not one of my accusers. It was settled privately. I saw the writing on the wall when Pokemon Go came out, and I officially stopped caring about Pokemon when Sun and Moon came out. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Pokemon Go. And I officially... Yeah. Not it. Fucking... What was after Black and White? I don't know. It was like the Hawaii one. I just felt like they just ran out of ideas. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna play TF2 instead. So yeah, that was me then. But definitely. This event was publicly used against me, especially by Shy Lily, after I'd already made my apology. I had no way to defend myself or tell my side of the story. It was vaguely talked about without ever showing any evidence to support the narrative of me betraying and manipulating my friends. Okay. Not to be a complete dick, is that it was kind of, it was pretty obvious that it wasn't the focus of the document, and honestly I don't really care. But I do have to say that it was very obvious Numi wanted them to go, and yeah, it was very obvious from the first exchange with Red. Over half a year, and also just saying Numi was being Numi is, I think that's very very offensive to say. Over a half a year of planning. Bao said I was planning Numi's concert with her for over half a year. I'm not gonna go with that. I don't care about releasing that. I don't think she would lie about this. Shy Lily said there was months of continuous planning in a reply to my apology. I've experienced your own actions, blah, blah, proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning. If this was planned with me over half a year, why was Numi's first message to me inviting me as a guest on 11/25? About 2 months before the concert, and only a month later and just over 5 weeks before the show, message read not me to start planning my performance on 12/26/2024. Because he's your manager. Anyways, Numi's concert in NYC was on February 1st, 2025. Her concert in general may have been planned for longer, but not my inclusion in it. Okay. There we go. No remorse. Shy Lily said I never felt bad for failing my friends in reference to Numi's concert, and on stream said, and the only time she ever felt sorry in both the apology and before, guess what? When she ever was put in her fucking place. For failing them. This is a lie. Here's a tweet I made in the middle of the night after I messaged Numi about not coming to her show and before I heard from her. I don't know enough about Bo Blacks, so I can't really tell you what it's like, but this is schizo. This is definitely very freaky. Like, also, this can be, also, I don't know if I feel like this was a pointless thing to quote, because anyone could take this and run two different ways with this. Like, oh, she felt remorse. She posted about it. Oh, she did that to cover her ass. In the public. In the eye of the public. A broken promise. Shy Lily said I broke an important promise, and on stream said, also, I'm on the negative side of this part here. Shy Lily said I broke an important promise, and on stream said Numi received million empty promises from me. I never promised Numi I'd perform at her show or that I'd be there. Red didn't do so on my behalf either. I've shown all of the messages about the concert. Numi said that it was okay if I didn't perform and okay if I didn't go before either of my decisions were made. This is the most annoying part about her talking about the concert, because I'm going to keep on going back to it every time she mentions this. Let me go to the point where she keeps saying this. So this is the conversation with Numi and her man and Cinder's manager. Well, everyone's in LA. No, like blank flying, blank flying, blank flying. A sad face. Oh, so we're the bad friends. Lol. And then what is she supposed to say? You know, yes, you are the bad friends. And then he's like, no, it's okay, we're cool. Yeah, no, you guys don't have to feel obligated to go. It's literally like, it's on the wall right here. Shifting blame. Shy Lily said I blamed her for my decision not to go to Numi's concert, and I used her as part of an excuse as to why I had to let my friend down. You actively lied about it to them instead of blaming me for a collab. You rescheduled, adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass when you realized you're being a bad friend. Why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to? I didn't blame Shy Lily, and I didn't lie to Numi. My reason was always primarily my part ownership, promotion with gamer subs, and the responsibility I felt to be there for VCard's launch. While the collab was part of it, it was never the main reason, and I likely would have made the same decision if there wasn't a collab planned. Ooh, Venusian Raptor? I don't know about that guy. I never really consumed TF2 content. But isn't that the one guy, I think I might have heard about him, who was like complaining about skins that weren't really within like the theme of the game or whatever? And like he would make like weird Excel, like really in-depth Excel spreadsheets with damage numbers. She also said in her response that she listed Shy Lily. Oh yeah, I made plans, blah blah. Show now that I feel a lot of pressure to live up to what Lily is for them, and so like Lily is a part of it though. Here she is without a doubt a part. She is a factor in this of her reason though, like that can't be denied. She literally lists her down here. Cinder wasn't at the concert. Bao told her audience on 4/27/2025 that I didn't go to Numi's concert. Shy Lily also implied I was there in her reply to my apology, and then said on stream she wasn't sorry because she fucked over her friend's opportunity on a day that she said she'll be there. Why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed to? But I was there. I told Shy Lily I was going to Numi's concert in our DMs immediately after our VCard collab on February 1st. Thank you again, Lily. I had so much fun. I would have loved to yap more, and sorry if I felt like blah blah blah. On Bao's stream when she originally talked about Numi's concert, she said I was there herself. Okay, I was on Numi's stream with Bao and Numi in her hotel from the next morning on February 2nd. Here's a clip of that stream where we're talking about the concert. And here's a clip of Vienna talking about me being literally in front of her at the concert. Okay, if that's not enough, here's some screenshots of the videos where I took Numi's concert in NYC on February 1st. Okay. You can see that these pictures look just like the image of the concert in Numi's own tweets, including the stage lights, light sticks in the crowds, and the outfit she was wearing. Okay. Loved it. Y'all sound so good. We're gonna need even more shows after this. Numi's stream. The main thing I want to look at from Numi's stream is her retelling of what happened between us leading up to her concert. Below is the full transcript of everything she said about it so you can see it in full context. I'll be breaking down the bolded parts underneath that. One thing that needs to be clarified is that Numi had two concerts at the start of the year about a week apart from each other. She had one in LA on January 26th and one in NYC on February 1st. I was only ever intended to perform at her show in NYC. In what she said below, it sounds like she refers to both of them at different points, but never clarifies which show she's talking about. Somewhere in the dark, blah, blah, blah. Okay, tickets. Okay, so this is it. Oh god. This is 11 minutes. I'm doing my due diligence, god damn it.
I was not upset about the fact that
This is 17/31/37/24. What the fuck? You hyperlinked this wrong. How dare you?
she couldn't perform because a lot of the things that come with performing take a lot of, courage to get out on stage, and it's not something that's for everyone, especially if you're a VTuber who's used to being behind the screen. My issue was never with that. My issue was the fact that I never knew how she was feeling. Anything that I was told was from Red. And I just had a bunch of different reasons for why potentially they weren't going to be able to do it. It was very, very close to the date, a week and a half before, when I got told about that. And I think the thing that sucks the most about it was because from her perspective, she was talking about how excited she was, and then it was that same day from him that he said they're not going to do it anymore. And I have my music friend, Holmes, who spent, dozens of hours working on the set list for, me, office drummer, to perform. And we put a lot of time and effort into putting this together. And I asked every single month for months and wasn't told about it until it was at a point where we literally couldn't find a replacement. And even after that, I still didn't hear anything about how she actually felt. And I was super sad, obviously. And Bao, even though she wasn't doing good, immediately said she would fly to New York with me and do the concert with me. And she didn't have to, but she did. And I think it's been said many times that
I'm reading this faster than she's talking anyway, and I think it's been said many times that she's my best friend, but she saw me to stay like that. And even though she was hurting, she put all of that aside just to be there for me and be there for when Cinder couldn't even tell me herself how she felt. I feel so mad about how she did that for me, and to save her for not being able to go, and to find out that she felt that way about my best friend, who has never given me any reason to not think of her as one of the best people I ever met. And I talked to her about how I felt, and I told about how I felt, and I didn't really know what to do. And I just said, I just want to hear it from her. I just wanted to hear how she felt. I would forgive it. I just wanted to know how she was feeling through all of this, and not through somebody else. And I said, if she comes up to me and tell me that it's any other reason, then stage fright, anxiety, worries, and I would not be happy. And I get a message from her a couple days after my concert saying that she couldn't go because she felt responsibility. As I said, that the number one thing that I didn't want to hear was if she talked to me, if she put business above her friends, and I would have literally accepted anything else. But the reason that she gave me was putting business above me over her position, and how she felt obligated to do the stream that she said she had to do. I said, go for it. Yeah, go for it. I think at that point, when I kind of felt like my view started to crumble a little bit, I think that just really sucked, and I didn't reply because at that point I was on a ski trip with my friends who flew from different countries to watch me perform. I came back home, and I had an amazing dinner, introduced my family to all my friends who flew in, and I just didn't want to think about somebody who would put business over me, And then afterwards, after I didn't reply, sent a message saying maybe they can make it after all, and then getting a message from Red saying she felt really guilty, she couldn't go, and we want to make it so that we can be there for you. And I just think that's really what caused me to want to say something, and I did. And I messaged Cinder, and I expressed my disappointment, and she apologized and told me all of the reasons that she should have said instead of bringing up the business. I forgave her, but I saw that she brought up a collab that she said she could miss, and I didn't believe that because if there's one person outside about that I know would not put business over me, it's Lily. And I found out that I was lied to, and that this was something that could have definitely been changed. It didn't have to be on the day of a concert. So yeah, I think after that, I felt like a lot of trust was broken, and I'd rather, I just wanted to move on from that, but I couldn't see her the same exact way after that. And like I said, there's so many things that could have been said, but she didn't until I asked her what I wanted. And after I just asked for her own opinions and her own feelings, and I do sit here. I sat wondering that if I didn't say anything, would she have even said anything at all? And it just feels, I don't know. I said, I hope you don't turn into somebody that will always prioritize business over the people who care about you. And I guess that's also why I was shocked to see everything, but also it made sense because of what I saw. I just feel so fucking shit about it because there are just all things that with everything could have been prevented just by talking to people. Just it's also self-inflicted. I'm sorry that I feel if there's an issue, I want to talk about it. It's uncomfortable, but it's something that I always want to do. And there was something that happened between us a couple of months ago that I had talked to her about for months that she agreed to and was super excited about, but any other things that I heard about were not from herself but from Red. Numi's first and only message to me about her concert was on 11/25, where she invited me to go and didn't say anything about performing. This was about 2 months ago, 2 months before her show in NYC. Okay. Love to, where is it? Blah blah. I'm thinking we have 5 foods and foods we like. Also have a few things we can off. She messaged Red on 9/1/2024 about me either performing or going to her show, but this was never went anywhere, and she was never given an answer. Okay, then wouldn't this be on? Like I said, this would be on Red to tell you that. Then I guess even by your own way, it looks both of you bad. Like it looks bad on both you and Red, because why the fuck is your manager not communicating with you? Something's wrong here. Like I said, I believe that at the end of the day, the fault of the subordinate falls on the superior. The subordinate is Red. The superior is Cinder. Her next message about the concert was to Red a month later on 12/26/2024 to start planning things. She did not message me about it. This was about 5 weeks before her show in NYC. Okay. My issue is the fact that I never knew how she was feeling. Anything that I was told was from Red. I agree that I should have talked to Numi much sooner than I did. Okay, whatever. Just had a bunch of different reasons for why potentially they weren't going to be able to do. I meant about why I might not perform. 22 days. Okay. And I think on the same day as I messaged him about the matching shirts she was making for us. I was excited about wearing them to the concert or during our collab in the hotel together, and said nothing about my performance. I understand why this was confusing in contrast to what Red said to her earlier that day. I literally couldn't find a replacement. This is Oh, okay. Wait a second. Holy shit. What the fuck? I forgave her. Like, I'm skipping through this because now she's just trying to cover her ass about the Numi thing. She should have just posted all this shit into Numi's area. And then just reference that and then fucking, oh my god. The night I sent my message to Numi, I did feel guilty about it, but it's right. I told her that when I should have been me, whatever. Where did I... Oh god, I forgave her, but I saw that she brought up a collab that she said she could miss, and I didn't believe that because if there was one person outside of Bao that I would know would not put business over me, it's Lily. Wait, what? Because if there's one person outside Bao that I know would not put business over me, it's Lily, and I found out that I was lied to and that this was something that could have definitely been changed and didn't have to be on the day of a concert. Where did I say that? Where did I lie to Numi and say that? Oh my god. What I did say is that I could reschedule the collab to make my mistake up to her. Even other people in Breadtomb hated Bad Empanada for how psychotic he really was. Yeah. Oh, like, so, like, even if, let's say, because that's the funny thing is like, I wouldn't want to be friends with this chick because of like how schizo this document is. She thinks that there's a problem with someone. Like, even if this saves her career magically, I don't think anyone would want to like work with her or even be her friend seeing this shit. Too, that's even crazy because she thinks that there's a problem if I don't say her name and thank you. For one raid, like, this is bananas. This is bonkers. I would definitely work with her though. This is definitely entertaining, but not friends. Purely business. It's just business. Anyways, I believe Shy Lily convinced Numi to see things her way and made her believe my intentions were to hurt, sabotage, and lie to her. The same way she convinced Nana to believe Red was lying and manipulating her. Okay. I sat wondering that if I didn't say anything, would she have even said anything at all? And it just feels, I don't know. I said, I hope you don't turn into somebody that will always prioritize the business over the people who care about you. No, I wouldn't have said anything. I would have kept my mistakes to myself and hope Numi didn't hate me because of it. I could not open up about how I felt. It was this conversation with Numi that made me take steps to change the way I've been doing so, close off to people, and made me realize I can't keep holding everything in. I wasn't going to put business over a friend in a situation like this and wanted to be absolutely sure I was there for her at her next show. Now, oh, speculation. This is great. Numi, Bao, and Shy Lily couldn't have been misinformed on what happened with Numi's concert. They knew what happened and what I said, and that I was at the show. I'm choosing to believe that Numi and Bao didn't intentionally lie about the concert. Emotions were high, and maybe they were speaking from feelings rather than fact. Oh, man, dude. They were having a woman moment. They were... Okay, well, all right. Anyways, I'm gonna get so much flack for saying that. Anyway, but the story told to the public wasn't true, and no evidence of what happened was shown. Another thing I want to address is what Numi said about Bao and Tricky being isolated.
Do better to make sure she never has to feel that isolated to her or Tricky. I hope Tricky doesn't ever have to feel isolated and alone, or Yuzu or Vienna or anybody. I don't know. I wish I could have done a lot more about it. And I don't seeing her cry like that yesterday sucked so fucking bad.
I've already conceded Bao was isolated due to my actions, apologized in her section of this document, and I apologized to Tricky in the accountability section for leaving her behind that day in Japan, but Tricky was not isolated by me or Red. I was doing things all the time with her online and with Boss Rush, and Red and I were almost always with Tricky during every trip we were on together when no one else was, okay? All the time we spent around Tricky made her one of our closest friends. Red and I have done more for her than anyone else. Tricky confided in us about all the time she felt hurt by others when traveling, but Tricky, like myself, has always wanted to keep the peace between everyone instead of bringing things like that up. Nanolist is lies and speculation. All right. Hold on, one sec. Bathroom break. All right, I'm back. There we go. Nanolist's lies, speculation. Throughout this document, I've been basing my argument on the assumption that Nano didn't share the full story of what happened between her and Red to Shy Lily, my friends, and the public, and instead lied to save her ass, as Shy Lily would say. Instead lied to save her, as Shy Lily would say. Basing my argument on the assumption that Nano didn't share the full story and instead lied to save her ass. Okay. So like I said, so this point that Cinder is making about Nano not showing the full story and posting the document to save her ass doesn't make sense to me, because all they would need to do is just repost the full screenshots like they did in Nanolist's section. So then that begs the question, why would Nanolist publish the document to begin with? This already contradicts her point of Nanolist publishing this document to save her ass. Why? Oh boy. Here is what led me to believe this was the case. Nano had Shy Lily on her side from the start because she was the one who told Nano she was being manipulated. No matter the story she told or little evidence she showed, Shy Lily would back Nano up to my friends. Nano couldn't go to Bao herself about what she showed Shy Lily because she would have had to show the full context of Bao's model being cancelled to her. Nano had Shy Lily contact Bao so she could explain things and vouch for her story. Nano also wasn't going to show Shy Lily what she said about her best friend Bao. The exclusivity deal between Red and Nano had nothing tangible happen to anyone other than Nano as a result of it, including Bao's model being cancelled, something Bao never hinted at. Knowing now, Nano could have lied about it never being agreed to without ever showing the full DMs, just like it's lied about never happening in a document that Shy Lily presumably wrote for her. Nano blamed all of her past model cancellations on us under the excuse of years of manipulation that Shy Lily gave her. All of my friends, including Shy Lily, were all saying that all of this was happening over years and going on for so long, when nothing was. They all used that timeline to support their belief that there was no way I wouldn't know about the few things Red actually did without telling me. On her stream, when talking about making her decision to make everything public, Bao said, "And I know that for so many people to be affected that it was the right decision to do. If my friends had the full story, they would have known nothing was happening over years. Nano wasn't manipulated, and she was guilty of affecting so many people with her own cancellations." Cinder, who mostly uses work. Oh, kitty cat, blah, blah, blah. I'm canceling shit. I need my freedom. This is another red flag that I have of mine because she has the full screenshots of this entire day. Why doesn't she just post the entire day? Instead, she is grabbing even smaller screenshots of within that day. The decision to make things public was left up to Bao, and if she didn't say something, no one else would. Even though all the alleged evidence of wrongdoing was in Nano's DMs, who claimed she was the victim of abuse and manipulation and sabotage of other VTubers for years, she wasn't going to make a statement on her own. Red asking Nano not to work with Spite wasn't shown in her document, even with other messages about Spite being included. Why? I don't know, you tell me. You'd think it'd support her story of sabotaging other creators. I believe it wasn't shown in her document or to my friends at all because Red didn't manipulate Nano to do it. Red asked her and Nano gladly and willingly agreed with him. The same way she didn't show her gladly and willingly agreeing to the exclusivity deal, she wasn't manipulated and her story would fall apart. Nana replied to Silvervale's document saying, "I literally can't believe this," as if she didn't know exactly how and why Silvervale's model was really cancelled. If my friends had seen everything, they would have known Nana was guilty of doing this herself. Oh, law is good. So, okay. But Cinder messaged me right before my mom was canceled. She celebrated that we shared art, despite the fact that at the same time, okay. Bao's document doesn't crop out Nana's message calling her exclusivity deal with Red Fair. If Bao knew everything that happened and was trying to lie to protect Nano, this message would have been cropped like it is in Nano's document, which Shy Lily had a big hand in putting together. She literally said that she thinks Shy Lily drafted this document because there were 5 ampersands in her reply. I mean, 15 ampersands in her reply. Maybe she was just trying to save space on the page, you know? Oh, that's crazy. My friend's confirmation bias towards me because of Numi's concert and Bao's feeling of isolation gave Nano the cover to leave out details in her story and what was shown to them. They weren't concerned with Nano's actions, but the actions they were convinced I did by her and Shy Lily. I believe Shy Lily pushed everything along to be executed in a matter of days, and Bao was given the choice to make everything public when she wasn't in a great headspace after surgery. There also wasn't a lot of time to think the evidence over, and no one communicated with me to find out my side of the story. Is it more believable that one person lied with the sword of another to convince my friends of their story, or that almost a dozen people, all of my closest friends, all willingly agreed to and conspired to publicly lie about me in a matter of days? When I started this document, I was under the belief that all of my friends lied about what happened to protect Nano and hurt me for Bao's sake. As naive as it may be of me, and even though there's evidence for that actually doing what happened too, I'm choosing to believe that wasn't the case. If I'm wrong about Nano lying to my friends and they actually did see everything in her DMs, that means they all lied about me. It is also plausible Nano shared more of her DMs with Shy Lily than the rest of my friends, since she helped Nano put her document together, helping her lie. She thinks Shy Lily wrote the document because there's 15 ampersands in it, remember. Even though she claimed she was a victim, Nano didn't hesitate to post the most recent artwork I commissioned from her only 2 days after she posted her document. Shy Lily's manipulation speculation. Shy Lily was involved in everything from the start and came out of this the hero. There isn't a lot of hard evidence of it, but due to her actions and things she said, I believe she may have manipulated everyone and how everything played out. She seemed to have a lot of knowledge about how a narcissistic manipulator would act, so let's look at her own actions. Okay. She already said there isn't a lot of hard evidence of it. So, like, she's already destroying her own position by acknowledging this. Shy Lily was involved in everything from the start and came out of this, the hero. Okay. Shy Lily lied to Nano and manipulated her to believe she was being lied to and manipulated by Red about the things he was saying when she wasn't. Shy Lily lied to Nano and manipulated by Red about things he was saying when she wasn't. I think that's a lie. I disagree with this point. Shy Lily most likely wrote Nano's document for her. She used Nano's information to tell whatever story she wanted, writing her lie after lie, whatever, and then had it posted as if she had nothing to do with it. There's no proof of this. Well, I disagree with this point. You literally started saying that there was 15 ampersands in her reply. What page am I at? 198. We're going to go to it. Like, I'm going to absolutely go to where she was schizoing about who wrote this, because I want this to be concrete and said. Like, yep. Let me see here. Where is it? Where is the point being made? Down Nano's documents. Time zones and context, speculation. Where is it? It's in a speculation section. Thank God that they're highlighted in pink. Can I just hit the arrow on this? Okay, this isn't fast enough, fuck. The screenshot manipulation. Oh wait, here. I think this is no. Okay. Where? Who wrote it? Okay. Literally, I do not believe Nana wrote her own document. She already mentioned this. Her document starts with Bao's involvement, not about herself, not about what chronologically happened first. Nana was on record saying she didn't care about Bao. This was after you guys were going in on Bao and Cotton's character, saying that they were bad people. The message from Reddit got the way Nano's document claimed she felt about Red asking her Nano, and then only one screen of message about Spite was included. Okay. Nano's document repeatedly uses the ampersand symbol throughout it. Not just in section titles, but in the written text 25 times. Not once in the years of working together has she ever used this symbol in either of our messages with her, and in my experience anywhere else, it's not commonly used. I judging people, including Nano, Shy Lily, and Bao, were involved in the planning of these documents. Bao's document doesn't contain any use of the ampersand symbol, and I believe Bao wrote her document herself. However, Shy Lily's reply to my apology tweet and used ampersand a total of 15 times in its writing. She's wrong. It's 17 times, by the way. Oh my god. Now she's just going on about, like, this is actually it. These are the real reasons. Exact times, like this, like the fact that you're using someone using a symbol too many times as like the reason why she wrote it is an insane conclusion. It's an insane reason to use. Like, oh my god. Shy Lily's manipulation speculation. No. On her stream, Shy Lily said she was afraid of how I'd manipulate my way out of things after the documents were posted. He begging for a bunch of gullible bread tubers into donating to him despite not having an actual job for 7 years. Hell yeah. On her stream, Shy Lily said she was afraid of how I'd manipulate my way out of things after the documents were posted. With that, it's possible Shy Lily could have been the one to instruct Nano to separate herself from Red and I due to the threat of being further manipulated, being why Nano got contact with us through Akira. If Shy Lily told my friends the same thing, then it'd support why no one ever reached out to me to talk. To me. Shy Lily was the one to back up Nano's story and false claims and manipulation to Bao and the rest of my friends with the limited screenshots Nano gave them as proof. Shy Lily convinced Numi I lied to her in a private conversation about her concert and blamed the things I did on Shy Lily. Shy Lily also could have used this event to justify to my friends why they shouldn't talk to me. On stream, she said they tried to talk to me once, in reference to this to explain why they didn't talk to me this time. Shy Lily was the one who saw me as greedy and jealous, and I believe she pushed those ideas to my friends and convinced them those were my motives behind their claims. Shy Lily replied to my apology starts with manipulating the public to distrust everything I wrote, and the rest is filled with lies to turn everyone against me. On stream, Shy Lily basically told her chat that they're stupid if they don't blindly agree with her and her retelling of events, that I'm the narcissistic manipulator. The thing was, though, is that Shy Lily's reply was after everyone's videos were posted saying, like, oh, she did this, she did this, she did this. She basically said all the same things that everyone said, but just recompiled them into her own reply. The reward for lying speculation. Oh my god, this is gonna be crazy. Let's go. The idiots fell for Innuendo Studios e-begging and bailed him out, and he was going to flee to Japan, but that didn't happen at all. Dude, plus also he would get extradited back from Japan. Don't they extradite people? That's crazy. The reward for lying speculation. After lying about our years of working together, Nano was rewarded with over 50,000 followers on Twitter, a waifu cup with gamer subs, a makeshift plushie, everyone in the world wanting to work with her, the support and praise of the biggest VTubers out there, and endless sympathy for everything she endured while working with me. It's up. You can set me on fire. I don't care. Anyways. Blah, 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 blah. Blah. Shy Lily not only replaced me in my own friend group, but as the hero of the story, she gained the biggest and most consistent growth in her viewership after canceling me out of everyone involved. This is This is insane. This is crazy. She's like, what the fuck is happening here? I am the greedy one, but Shy Lily didn't miss the opportunity to capitalize on her new hero status a week after she tore me apart on stream and dropped her limited edition Blowhole Blast. Shy Lily and Nano and Shy Lily lied to each other, then lied together, each of their own for their own reasons. Nano to avoid any accountability for her actions and stay in the good graces of Shy Lily and friends, and Shy Lily to get revenge for Bao and take out someone she didn't like, and admittedly never did. They both gained the most out of doing this, and possibly never knew they lied to each other's faces for their own ends. Like, fucking Nano lied. Nano lied to Shy Lily. Shy Lily lied to Nano. They didn't know that they both lied to each other. It just goes all like, this is crazy. Wait, like the meme, it's right there. Like, this is her. Now, Shy Lily may have replaced me as Nano's new Cinder. What the fuck are you saying here? What are you like? Now Shy Lily may have replaced me as Nano's new Cinder. Judging by what they're actively working on together, they couldn't have made my point for me any better. Does this exist? Why did she just link a VOD? What? She didn't even supply a time. Oh my god. No way. This is schizo. Like, really? So what? Like, are you trying to, like, I feel like the demon model is not, like, who cares? Like, there's so many fucking demon people out there. Like, demon girls. Isn't that like that's like a literal, oh, whatever. Let's keep going. Oh my god. A skeb with Shy Lily. There's one last thing I want to show you to really cover all of my bases. I didn't know where else to put it, so I've added it here. I asked Shy Lily if I could get a skeb of us together. After it was delivered, I intentionally waited about 3 weeks to send it to her so I could post it closer to my original VTuber debut date that I was preparing for a year and a half. I messaged Shy Lily about getting a skeb together in January. This was our first time talking privately, but we were interacting on Twitter back and forth for a couple of weeks before this. Alright, good. I hope you're having a great day. I want to ask if you'd be okay with me ordering a skeb of the two of us. I think the water and fire theme would be really cute. Oh, I'd love that. The water and fire theme is indeed really cool. Sweet, thank you. I'll send it your way when I get it back. I'm so excited. It'll turn out amazing. Reminds me of Groudon and Kyogre XD. One of the first things Shy Lily ever privately said to me was that our themes together reminded her of Groudon and Kyogre. I thought it was oh my god. I thought it was a pretty crime of her to say that, as if she was some kind of box legendary skip she wasn't even helping pay for. What? What is this?
Oh, haha. The Charizard on Blast, Charizard V-Card doing the... Oh, how dare you sit there and pretend to be some box legendary of something that you didn't create. Oh, disgusting. Trust me, we all cringed, but
even though she made this Even though she made this comparison, it's not like she'd ever portrayed herself in a Groudon and Kyogre-esque fight sequence, but against a fire-themed enemy where she comes out as the hero and saves her friends, especially not just months after she took pleasure in and had a major role in canceling me. I'm gonna have to take some extra takes here. What the hell? Even though she made this comparison, it's not like she'd ever portray herself in a Groudon and Kyogre-esque fight sequence against a fire-themed enemy where she comes out as the hero and saves her friends, especially not just months after she took pleasure in it and had a major role. So you think she came out with this lore video all to target you?
So much noise.
Why don't they?
I'm gonna skim through this. 2 months ago. So this was after the doc was dropped. You're saying even what? So you're saying that she came out with this lore video to symbolize her rescuing her friends from you.
What the hell is that thing?
I am the only one who can be the true god of this world!
A douchebag like you? Never!
Okay, so she came out with a lore video to symbolize her fighting you. Really? Oh yeah, that's her rescuing everyone. This is Nano. What the fuck? This is so
I should probably head
stupid.
home. That was a lot to deal with. It's him. Huh?
Gods!
That's everyone else. Here's Cinder.
Gods?
Oh,
They
there's
ran
her friends. Oh, her
away.
friends ran away. Yep, there they are.
Shit.
Womp womp.
Got him. Does anyone okay. It's okay. I know how long a project like this takes to complete, and even though I'm sure Shy Lily had a story she wanted to tell, someone else was credited with writing this lore. I just find it ironic that it happened. Alright. The scab was delivered at the end of May on 5/25/2022. I sent Shy Lily the completed artwork on the 19th and posted it on 6/23/2022, 2 days before my debut. Reminds me of Groudon and Kyogre. That's so cute. Oh my god, Water and Fire Doge. Water, Cat, and Fire Doge. I hope you didn't do well. Here's a skip. So you think like... So are you saying that her saying Groudon and Kyogre from 3 years ago is the reason why she created this lore video 3 years later and 2 months ago to represent her? Okay. By the time this art was posted, it had been just shy of 6 months since the skeb was placed. The Whale and the Wolf, Lily, you're a huge inspiration to me. Your streams always make me smile. Thank you for being the cutest, silliest sweetheart around. My skeb page, since I just talked about the skeb with Shy Lily, I might as well address this too. For years in the skebs I'd gotten with people have been held against me as if I were just using the people I got them with for clout. Shy Lily's Skeb was the only one that I held off on giving her to post right before my debut, but that wasn't my intention when it was ordered that January. I was ordering Skeb artwork from January 2021 to January 2023, and it was about 3/4 of my Skebs were ordered before my original debut on 6/25/2022, before I was an actual VTuber with a model. I got Skebs for fun, to show thanks to people, to grow existing friendships, and to have art to post on Twitter while I waited for my debut to be ready. Every VTuber I had gone a Skeb together with was either with someone I was actively working with, had already worked with, or was someone who I was already friends with or acquainted with. What the fuck? I was either someone I was actively working with, already worked with, or was someone who I was already friends with or acquainted with at the time I ordered them. So like anyone you've breathed, so like you've ordered a Skeb with everyone that you've like breathed in their general direction with. Okay. If you breathed in their general direction, she literally made a Skeb with them. I asked everyone for their permission to get one beforehand, except for the few cases it was a surprise meant to be a gift for someone. As far as I remember and can tell by my financial files, I paid for all of these myself, including Shy Lily's, and I never expected anyone to chip in. This is every Skeb I ordered, with about half of them being of myself. The censored Skebs below are NSFW. There are 2 Skebs with Tricky and Aru that didn't show up on this page that I've shown below this instead. Okay, hopefully there's nothing to, okay, there's no point, thank God. I chanced it. You guys are welcome. Oh, hell yeah, the conclusion. Wait, why is the conclusion this long? Okay. In conclusion, in Bao's section, Red explained his grudge against Bao that led to his and Nano's exclusivity deal. Doesn't matter explaining why Red held things against Bao that he told Nano about, or explaining that I only treated Bao differently because of Red's feelings towards her. No, but since this was all made public, it had to be explained. What both of us did was wrong, and we should have addressed the problem when we could have. That led to his and Nano's exclusivity deal. She took credit for wanting to have a blacklist with Silver, at the least. So to a degree, she agreed with Red. That is bad. They're partners, manager of Cinder. She literally said in her intro that Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Red. Every time she has been included in any conversation, she agreed with Red. I doubt that she was completely in the dark. There's no way. And people say that you can't prove that she did not know. I think she could at least post her DMs with Red during these times. She never did. And whenever she showed screenshots of her DMs with Red, she never showed the entire day, which is still like crazy to me, because she would post entire days with like Nanolis. Doesn't matter explaining why Red held things about Bao that he told Nano about, or explaining that I only treated Bao differently because of Red's feelings towards her. No, but since this was all made public, it had to be explained. What both of us did was wrong, and we should have addressed the problem when we could have. But it matters how Red got to his conclusion about Bao. She's throwing... okay, so this is... Red... Okay, Red couldn't see the whole situation around Bao and Sack any other way. Red's pieced together everything. So this is just her throwing Red under the bus, saying that Red did this. Yeah, okay, so... Well, couldn't Bao and my friends have done the same thing? They heard what Nano and Shy Lily were telling them, saw select screenshots of Red's messages with Nano, and assumed there couldn't be any other way but me knowing and agreeing with everything Red said and did. They used their combined experiences with us to back up their theory, were convinced of my motives by someone other than myself, and corroborated a pattern of behavior. No matter what I'd done for them or what we did together in the past, everything was now seen as an act to use or betray them. None of them contacted me at all to verify their claims and instead jumped to conclusions. They were mad at me for what they were already convinced I did, and were probably told I'd manipulate my way out of it. Then they took action against me that they thought I deserved in return by writing and posting their documents to the public. My friends made their decisions with the information they were given. They were quick to assume that everything Red said were my shared thoughts, but they weren't. My friends never saw Red and I argue, didn't know we lived together, never knew I cheated on Red, and couldn't have known how our relationship was beyond what they saw during the half a dozen times we traveled every year. They decided that this was the culmination of some long stories of wrongs I've committed against them to further myself. I'm not a perfect person by any means, but to claim that everything I've ever done with my friends for them, shared with them, felt with them, was all fake is wrong and unbelievable. Where are any of the screenshots of me bad-mouthing, backstabbing, or sabotaging them? They were not rungs on a ladder for me to surpass. I have never had real friends until I found them. They used their status in their community as some of the biggest VTubers around, ambushing me in the middle of the night to publicly out the person they were falsely convinced was some kind of evil mastermind. They all did this together, so no one was going to question their group's corroborated story. It was okay to ruin me and ignore our history together because they were convinced they were doing it for the sake of friendship. If you ask questions or ask for more evidence, you were banned, blocked, and silenced because how dare you question those grieving in this difficult time. The public wouldn't have known any better unless they give the full context of what really happened in this document rather than what was vaguely told to them through recollection and hurt feelings. Bao lost out on a VTuber model with Nanolis, the artist who wanted to cancel it in the first place and who convinced her it was my fault. I decided to pull out of my unplanned performance in Numi's concert because of my own anxieties, and I was a bad friend when I made the choice initially to be there for her. I lost my friends, my careers, countless opportunity. My career. You still have a career. She has 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. She was a Gamer Subs owner. She made fucking millions. There's no way that she didn't make fucking like 6 figures off of it. And then she threw it away. That's her fault. And most of her fan base in her Discord are literally posting screenshots of her with other people she backstabbed or admitted to backstabbing. They've forgotten they don't care. Countless opportunities and my reputation to millions of people has been ruined permanently. My name has been dragged through the dirt and has become an insult synonymous with insincerity and betrayal. I'm avoided being spoken of like I'm VTuber Voldemort now, and some people are pretending like I never existed. Okay. These things are not equal. The damage my friends have inadvertently caused me is irreparable and immeasurable. All over conjecture, lies they are fed, things I never knew happened, and opinions I did not agree with. Whether they knew the truth or not, they all perpetuated lies about me to the public, and my life has been forever altered because of it. Despite it all, I still forgive them. Numi said on her stream that talking about things was always the better option. The pivotal thing my friends didn't do was talk to me or read about anything, never hearing what we had to say about Nanos and Shy Lily's claims. Even Bao on her stream was left questioning the motive behind things. Everything that happened circles back to poor communication from everyone. Oh, it's everyone's fault now. Hell yeah. Both Red and I didn't communicate with Bao about his problems with her in December 2024. I didn't communicate with Numi about performing in her concert and how I felt about it before I canceled on her. If there were ever really any problems with Nano had with us, she never communicated it with us. Numi didn't communicate with me about her concert, only trying to plan things through Red, and confided in Bao about how she felt about me canceling. First of all, she reached out to Red because he's your manager. That communication is on you and Red. Bao didn't communicate with me about her feelings of isolation, only expressing those feelings to Numi privately. Shy Lily didn't communicate with me about whatever problems she had with me and resorted to petty actions instead. Shy Lily, like from my understanding, Shy Lily did not have a problem with you. From every single thing that I've seen, Shy Lily did not have any problem with you. Every single time that you said Shy Lily had a problem with you was you speculating. In conclusion, Nanolist. I don't think Nano's actions didn't start out maliciously. She wanted to find out if what Red said was true, and Shy Lily used that against me. I do not believe Nano ever shared the full true story of what happened between her, Red, and I with my friends, and instead chose to protect herself and lie about everything. It's hard to believe Nano put her own documents together, and it's heavily evidence that Shy Lily did. Heavily evidence that Shy Lily did. 17 ampersands, by the way. Nano sat back and let Shy Lily take the wheel for her after knowingly lying about what happened between us. When you consider that Nano's and Bao's document were planned together and posted simultaneously, it was on purpose to put my betrayal of my friend first and foremost, even though Nano said she didn't care about Bao. After viewing the entirety of Red's DMs with Nano and having the full context of their conversations, it's very clear that Nano's entire document was maliciously and deceptively written to push a false narrative to the public on which everyone else's claims could be based on, while using emotionally triggering language in its accusations throughout. With the biggest VTuber, Shy Lily, supporting her, no one would question Nano's claims, even my friends. When put under scrutiny, there are so many details purposely left out, giving the freedom to tell whatever story they wanted that the DMs that were shown vaguely supported. Screenshots from conversations over 2 years presented out of order, missing context, and mixed and matched to fit a narrative. Even going as far to boldly edit a screenshot to remove a message. Claims were made without evidence and straight up lies were told, meant to be believed by the public who wouldn't know any better. Some of the claims in Nano's document don't even match the screenshots provided as evidence. It's like no one actually read the screenshots provided and either just read what was written or just listened to the large voices telling everyone what they said happened. This document was falsely written to paint Nano as a victim who had no agency in her choices without showing any of her guilt, and Reddit and I as evil. Manipulative people who only wanted to use Nano for our own gain, sabotaging every project she's ever canceled, and cherry-picking exactly what needed to be shown to make that case. Everyone was told that everything in Red's messages had to be my thoughts and feelings, as well for all the blame to be put on me, as if he isn't his own person. Every time she jumped into a conversation with Red and Nanolis, or whatever, she has agreed. She has never disagreed with him on paper. On any of the screenshots, she has only agreed with him. Only 3 total screenshots of my own words from 2 conversations over a year apart from each other were shown. The only manipulation here was to the evidence in Nano's document and to the public's perception of me. Neither of us sabotaged any VTuber's projects with Nano, unless you count Silver. As you've seen from our messages, we've always praised Nano for the work she did with others. I've always supported my model sisters, and I platformed them myself on my stream, even if I could also understand the reasoning behind Red saying more Nano models means they're less special. In the case of the exclusivity deal in January 2025, Red asked Nano not to work with BaoCon or Silvervale. Nano said she had a model plan with Bao that he didn't know about before, and Bao probably didn't know about either. Nano offered to cancel Bao's model in exchange for payment of her own model's rigging. They negotiated and made a deal that was never shown to the public. To argue that Nano was manipulated in any way is crazy. Nano was just as complicit in their deal as Red was, and she had no problem asking him about talking about the drama around Bao that her document claimed she wanted nothing to do with, and then offered to cancel Bao's model herself. I had nothing to do with this happening and had no knowledge of it until the documents were posted. Red and Nano are the only 2 people that could have told me about this, and neither of them did. There's nothing to show for it because it didn't happen. I can't prove a negative. There's nothing to show for it because it didn't happen. I can't prove a negative. Here's my thing. Even you can say so many things to discredit what I'm about to say, but there is a non-0% that this wouldn't bolster Cinder's position. This would absolutely bolster her position to some percent. It is non-zero. All she needs to do is just post full-on day screenshots of her and Red's DMs as events were going. This would bolster her position, even if it showed up as, especially if it showed up as blank, because you can just say, oh, look at our DMs, there's nothing on the back end. Because that was a big complaint, or a big claim being made, is that Red and her on the back end were fucking people over. She could have posted those DMs between her and Red. It would still bolster her position, no matter what. It would. By maybe even 1%, but she never did. That's crazy. Instead she's going to say things like Shy Lily was jealous of my card being sought after more, and she made a entire Groudon Kyogre fan lore to describe the situation between her friends and I. This is insane. She's going to crazy, she's saying crazy things. God, it's crazy. Anyways, Nano lied and pushed all of her agency. Nano lied and pushed all of her agency of her own actions onto Red. Then Shy Lily and my friends took Red's agency away from him and his actions, and then blamed everything either one of them did on me. Okay. Nano used us as a scapegoat for her canceling Bao's model when she was the one who wanted to do it in the first place. She canceled Silvervale's and Khan's models in November 2023 and blamed it on us. And when she said she was going to take Silver's model back, she didn't, because she was healthier and less stressed. She canceled 7 models into September of 2024, avoiding accountability for herself and implying those clients that it wasn't her fault. It was my fault. I don't know if the 10 canceled projects talked about in Red's DMs with Nano was everything she ever canceled or everything she blamed us for with her document, but it's all he ever knew about. Nano was clearly capable of thinking for herself and was always in control of her own business decisions. She repeatedly overextended herself and overbooked too many projects that she couldn't handle again and again. If Nano was able to cancel on some of the biggest VTubers out there, bigger than me, she could have chosen to cancel plans with us or stopped working with me altogether. If she really felt the way it says she did in her document, but not once did she. Instead, she said she just wanted to do Cinder stuff. We didn't hold any power over Nano. We didn't threaten her, we didn't blackmail her, and we didn't manipulate her. We were her most loyal, supportive, sympathetic, and repetitious clients who genuinely cared about her, and she knew it. Even if Nano genuinely had anything against us the way her document explains, which she never ever showed or expressed, she could have aired her grievances with us in parted ways, evidenced by our acceptance of Akira's messages, but instead she found herself in this situation, and as soon as it was advantageous for her to do so, she conspired to cut all contact with us and use us as a scapegoat for her own actions under the guise of abuse. After one conversation with Shy Lily, it didn't matter who we were to her, just that she would have been caught without blaming us and using the manipulation excuse. Abuse after one conversation with Lily. You don't have proof of that. Maybe she had more than one. She carved a path to the best outcome possible for herself and came out of this with more support than ever. As stated in this artist's now deleted tweet, Nano removed herself from direct conversation and used emotional language to attack and rally rather than actually care about fixing the problem. Nano has shown herself to be an entirely self-serving and opportunistic person, pretending to be meek, whose word means nothing, given the opportunity to further herself or gain something to her benefit, even at someone else's expense, at the biggest VTuber's expense, or even if it's at the expense of people as supportive as we were to her, she'll take it. I appreciate it. Not gonna lie, I'll shamelessly get all the help I can. I'm canceling shit. I need my freedom. Gotta put myself at first. People say, we can do a deal, huh? I'll cancel my battle with Bao, like forever. The public was lied to about what really happened between myself, Red, and Nano. Nano wasn't manipulated, she wasn't a victim, and I didn't betray Bao or any of my friends. Nanolist betrayed me, and in the end, I was nothing to her. It really was just business to Nano. Red and I were her most supportive and loyal clients over 4 years, paying for her to be taught how to cut art for model rigging. In the first place, giving her over $100,000 to buy her new house, building our careers side by side, and this is how she thanked us. No matter what Nano did, she will continue to be supported by the people she worked with to cancel me, and by people that want her artistic talent. I will continue to use my art and models from Nanolist until they can be replaced. Okay. Alright, so Shy Lily. I used to look up to Shy Lily. Hell yeah, let's go. But now, I don't know how anyone can. Yes, the L she holds on her forehead must stand for liar, because Shy Lily was the first person to do so. She had her own grudges against me before this all started, and in true narcissistic fashion, she lied to and manipulated Nano to avoid accountability, turning her against me. She's Shy Lily, so of course Nano is going to believe anything she said. The only thing done to Shy Lily was that Red dared to speak about what she was guilty of doing and thought we'd have to consider her competition for her petty, unwarranted behavior towards me. She still expected her own section in my apology, though, as if I had anything to apologize to her for other than not knowing she was talked about. She probably just wanted a concession from me for some narcissistic sense of victory. Hell yeah. Shy Lily wants to claim she sucks at Discord, and Boeska told me that Shy Lily rarely uses Discord, only for business meetings and stuff. I guess that part was true. Charizard used Flame Blast. I saw that part. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I can't believe she made an entire section just about Shy Lily making fun of her for the Charizard thing. Like, and then creating a lore, and what was it like? Shy Lily created an entire lore video, symbolizing her saving everyone for me, Kyogre and Groudon. I'm like, dude, she mentioned Kyogre and Groudon once 3 years ago, and you think she's using that to attack you? I guess that part was true because this was all just business to her. She had no problem using understanding, navigating, or organizing and communicating with a dozen or more people in Discord consistently over 2 weeks when it came to canceling me, but for some reason didn't have the balls to respond when I tried to resolve things between us from my own experience. Her sucking at Discord is an excuse to avoid accountability for her to not put in the time and energy to talk to people, and she doesn't feel are worthy of her time, including her friends, something I was attacked for. Like, she should have put speculation down because all of this was mainly based on speculation of her conclusions. Like, this is insane. I'm confident Shy Lily wrote Nano's document for her. 15 ampersands. Used Bao as the emotional centerpiece and told whatever story she wanted to tell. She hid behind the scenes and kept her hands clean of involvement, staying out of the drama until it came to dunking on my tweet and making sure I'd stay down. She became the hero defender of her friends and turned me into the villain. Shy Lily projected her own actions and behavior, narcissism, manipulation, jealousy, and avoiding accountability onto me and convinced all of my friends of it too, while manipulating everyone to believe everything I've ever said was me lying through my teeth with words like honey. She threw her morals out the window, lied, and claimed I was trying to deplatform them when Shy Lily was the one eager to deplatform me. Shy Lily is deathly afraid of losing relevance, and she gladly conspired to take out the person she felt she was losing relevance to in her own passion project, and pushed my cancellation to be done as soon as Bao was out of her surgery with Nano's career-ending evidence. No one was going to distrust Shy Lily's word or side against her. Her celebrating my cancellation on her stream was justified in the eyes of the public she misled, all while admitting to the slander that started this. Shy Lily didn't care about accountability. She was ready for blood, and she got it. This is crazy. She is deathly afraid of losing relevance, and so she went after you because your card was better than hers. You accidentally leaked anime card box info, and Shy Lily had a weird gut feeling about you. So Shy Lily shotgunned your career out of existence. Okay. It's very easy to lie about someone when the person being lied about is the only one who can disprove them, and everyone who was manipulated to believe anything they could say in their defense couldn't be trusted. Twist what really happened to fit a narrative, then repeat it over and over again until it's believed to be fact. Cinder took no accountability. Cinder knew everything. Cinder betrayed her friends. It's just business. And no matter how many times they claim Cinder did this and Cinder did that, it doesn't make any of Red's actions my actions. Any evidence shown of my actual involvement was near non-existent. Just because they corroborated their stories and told them loudly and emotionally doesn't make them true. If you need to present your evidence dishonestly, out of order, out of context, even doctoring it, and then make claims that the evidence doesn't even show, then maybe that evidence isn't reliable and the real story is different from the story being told. This was a witch hunt, and everyone involved just wanted to move on from it as soon as I was gone. Well, yeah, because everyone felt hurt. The breakdown is probably the most insane thing I've ever read. That was like, now the real problem, the real thing I'm curious about here. So I think like let me see here. There was, so holy shit, this was kind of fucking nuts. With the most, yeah, she's literally accusing her of competitiveness with the most competitive mindset. That, yeah, exactly. With the card being the most sought after, which I don't even think she could, she didn't even prove. She couldn't even prove that. And like, like like the lore video, that was insane. Like, and like you listed one thing, and that was her leaking anime card girl box information, and then they literally got over it, like when showing the context, and then now is like Shy Lily wants to shotgun her career out of existence. Like, this is that's crazy. And also the fact that she showed DMs, like, I also find it very weird that Cinder would show DMs with her in red, but would only crop it to like certain times. Why is it that she showed full-on screenshots of entire days earlier with red and other people, but not with her and her own boyfriend? And also she started talking about like people as if they're like she started talking about her community as if they're like repeated buyers and stuff. You like, that was like one of the worst things that you could post in here. This makes you look bad. Even from like a strategy standpoint, you never, like, she should have never even put that in, because there's two ways people can run with that. Okay. I think I have like my opinions 80%, 70% formed. I now need, yeah, she should have skipped the conclusion and speculation entirely. She should have just removed all speculation from this, because it just makes her look crazy. Like, it just, honestly, what she should have done for her apology, because I haven't looked at this rest of this just yet. What she should have done was probably her intro, redacted, her apologies, Nanolis, bow, and then skipped all of this. Don't even address Silver's stuff, because that's I'm guess, and then just go message to the pirate, message to her community, and looking ahead. She shouldn't have done like, oh yeah, and like even this, like reading through this makes her look bad, because I'm like, dude, you're socially autistic. She should have went overdue response, just all of this. All of this, don't even just say, I'm sorry, Numi, I fucked up. And then all the way to the message, gold schizo moments incoming. I can't wait, because she barely talked about Silvervale, and every time she talked about Silvervale, she was glad to fuck her over, and that she was a victim of Silvervale. So I want to see what happens. 250 pages. I thought this was 200. Were pages added or something? 200 whole pages. Oh, it's probably because of my 170% zoom in, so that other people could follow along. This is gonna be great. This is the gold schizo moment. I might even make this a separate video. Why Cinder dislikes Silvervale. The thumbnail is gonna be Timmy Turner's dad with Dinkelberg in the background, with Cinder's head over Timmy's dad's face, with Silvervale on Dinkelberg. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be a multi-hour long video. Cindervale. Lamal. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna take a bathroom break really fast, because that was really good, and we're gonna have a fun time when I get back. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh wait, hold up. I need to move things over. Laundry, one sec. Alright, boys, I'm back. Alright. Now, so, I've been very curious through this entire time of why does Cinder not like Silver? We are going to find out. Okay. This is Silvervale's doc that she wrote. Now this is 200 pages. This is gonna 250, at least on my end, because I'm super cropped in, like super zoomed in, so it's gonna show more. Silvervale and I have never been friends. There were 3 reasons I tried to make some kind of connection with her throughout the years. I have been endlessly compared to and harassed about my similarities to Silvervale that ate at my insecurities ever since I started my VTubing career. These comments weren't true, but I believe Silvervale bought into them and disliked me for it. If Silvervale and I could clear things up, be on good terms, and to be able to publicly acknowledge each other, it would have helped to end the harassment both of us were getting for so long. Any creative or business endeavor Silvervale and I did together could have been very successful and benefited us both. I've gotten countless requests from fans asking for this. Red had lots of ideas of potential things we could have done, and I was always open to working together with her. I genuinely sought a friendship with someone I was repeatedly told was very similar to me in our personalities, likes, and interests. Silvervale was never obligated to do any of these things, and I never felt she was. I just wanted to get along. For so long, I held out hope that we could talk things out, but she showed me through her own behavior how she really felt about me due to no actions of my own. My pursuit to fix things between us turned to mixed feelings, and after she repeatedly gave me reason to, I grew to resent Silvervale by the summer of 2024. The never-ending harassment for copying her and other circumstances around her didn't help. In the times I confided in my friends about my experiences with Silver, they'd all agree with me and tell me their own stories about her. It was Silvervale's dislike of me and her action towards me throughout the years that informed mine and Red's opinion on Shy Lily and her feelings about me before I was cancelled. Silver wouldn't acknowledge me by name when I'd raid her, ghosted my messages for months, and got her model from analysts at a very suspicious time. Okay. A similar petty pattern of behavior without any communication. Here are some of the things I said about Silvervale in my apology. I grew more and more resentful of Silver over time between the constant belittling of myself, a controversy around my first waifu cup, and other incidents. Even though she herself never interacted with me directly, and it was also the fact that made me insecure, like I wanted to know if she believed all of those things or not. It really felt as if she didn't like that I even existed in the same space. The Silver was completely undeserving of this treatment, and it was my own insecurities that led me to making this choice. I became unapologetically evil towards her due to no direct action of her own. I was so wrong for letting everyone get in my head about all these malicious feelings. I'm so sorry for any opportunities I have taken away from you. I was over-apologetic because of the severity of the moment. I chose not to go into detail about any of my interactions with Silver. Oh my god, is she going back? This is awesome. And even said there wasn't anything between us when there was. I felt awful about the feelings I had about her, calling myself unapologetically evil when I wasn't. I did not sabotage Silvervale. I agreed to ask Nano not to work with her on models anymore, where Silver lost nothing. And I apologize for the opportunities I took from her when there really wasn't any. I apologize for these things these business opportunities for her, but there wasn't any actually. So you know what? In doing so, I gave Silvervale the ability to fill in the gaps in the story however she wanted, despite apologizing to her for evils far beyond what I've ever actually done. It didn't stop Silvervale from confidently lying about me when she finally had the chance. Hell yes. Silver said that she wanted her community to be fully informed about everything, so below is my full experience with and around Silvervale, ending with a breakdown of her document and a showcase of all the lies she told on her stream. Throughout the start of the timeline, I'll place the screenshots of Red's retelling of events to Nano from May 2023 to show that he wasn't lying to her. They're highlighted with a blue border, like his commentary. That conversation is also included below, just like it was in Nano's section of this document. Oh boy, accusations of copying Silvervale. I have been accused, compared, and harassed for years by people thinking I copied everything about Silvervale, including my personality, voice, and even my laugh. I was never going to address this publicly, but I'm taking this opportunity to lay everything out and show that I didn't copy her. A quote from my apology. Since I started streaming, I've been ruthlessly compared to Silvervale, being called the discount version of her. I was accused of copying her design, copying her personality, and even copying her laugh of all things. And there was a large number of people who die-hard believers in the fact that I stole all of these attributes maliciously for my own gain, citing the art I posted of us together, calling her an inspiration when in reality, this was referring to the decision to become a hellhound. Okay, just making sure. There's more instances like that, but Silver refused to follow, acknowledge, or interact with Cinder at all because it's assumed that Cinder copied her. It sucks because she didn't. Ironically, Cinder is only Cinder because of Silver, but not because she copied her, the complete opposite. So, I can sympathize, or wait, no, not sympathize, that's the wrong word, empathize with the being compared to, but you have two choices, ban or ignore. Not just go after someone else, you know, that you're being compared to. Before November 2020, what I knew about Silvervale was as much as I knew about the only other Western VTubers at the time, almost nothing. I knew who she was, but I didn't watch her content. It was only after Vishojo debuted and Silver rebranded did I start following her. My original VTuber concept based on my ASMR persona was finished, and I was waiting to work with the artist Red, and I contacted to design my character. In December, I was originally going to be a Cherry Blossom Wolf girl. 11/15/2020. Okay. November 15th, 2020. Hold up. 1 second. All right, sorry boys, I need to get going. Something came up. All right, I'll be back later. Peace.